All right, good evening. Now we're ready. And welcome to Citizens Field for week 2 of the high school football season for 2022. And for the second consecutive Thursday, we have a weather delay. Hopefully, this
But
one won't be as long as last week's.
let's hope for the second consecutive Thursday we've got football.
Yeah, right now, lightning apparently in the area has delayed the game to at least 7:10. We're supposed to kick off at 7. So that is Mike Rideout. I'm Marty Paulman, bringing you the Prep Zone pregame show before high school football tonight here from Citizens Field. It's Eastside, who won their opener last week at PK Young, and now have their home opener this week here at Citizens Field, looking to go 2-0 for the first time since 2009 against the Keystone Heights Indians, who are playing Eastside for the first time in the history of their program. This is their first game of the season. Longtime coach Chuck Dickinson in Keystone last year went 10-2, advancing to the second round of the 4A playoffs. For Eastside, this is the second game for new head coach Harold Gator Hoskins, who played at Eastside, and he had quite a career also at Marshall University. Well, Mike had a chance to talk to both Coach Hoskins and Coach Dickinson, so we'll go ahead and throw it to that as we await. Right now, it's pretty calm here, honestly. It's cloudy, but apparently something popped in the area. So let's go ahead and hear first from Harold Hoskins, I believe, right?
We'll go visitors first.
Sorry, all right, Chuck Dickinson, the Keystone Heights coach. This was Mike with him earlier.
Welcome back to Trenton High School. Tonight it's a Welcome back to Citizens Field. Tonight, the Keystone Heights Indians are taking on the Eastside Rams. Mike Rideout joined by Chuck Dickinson, the head coach of the Indians. First game of the year, kind of a strange, coach, that everybody started last week, but you had an open week in week 1.
Yeah, well, just, we thought we had the schedule done last year at the end of the season, and the state changed everything, and so a lot of things changed, and, really it was hard to get in the schedule. So we, finally finished it and ended up normally we like that open week later, but for us it might be a good thing. We're very young, so it gave us a little more extra time to prepare. So, but of course the rain and the lightning and all that, we haven't been out very much this week and last week.
Yeah. Well, first of all, congratulations on another state championship in boys weightlifting, back-to-back now. And again, you've told me that it's a must. You expect your football players to be in the weight room.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, the culture we built there, Coach Lowry, and, help doing the weightlifting and stuff. But we tell our kids, I mean, for us to win, we have to be in the weight room and get strong. And nature of our game is we're trying to control the clock and run the football and keep the other opponent off the field. So, that's our culture.
And the good news is you got 3 of your offensive linemen starters back from last year.
Yeah, we have 3 back. We're young up front. We got some sophomores. I think we're going to be good. Hopefully as we keep going, the game experience we'll get better each week. We just don't have a whole lot of depth, Mike, like always, but even this year especially, we're limited in depth. Thankful for the 6-quarter rule because that helps us some. Bring up some JV kids that maybe during the week they can at least play 2 quarters if something happens to one of our starters, something like that. So, it's going to be a tough game tonight. Eastside, coach has done a great job with them. They look like they have an identity offense with what they're doing. Kids are excited, it looks like, and I watched them play PK Young Saturday morning, and they looked sharp, and kids excited. So I expect them to come out, and it's going to be a tough game for us.
When I saw you at Media Day in July, you told me that your quarterback decided not to play. So who steps under center for you?
Right now we got Ben Olch stepping in under center. He was our JV quarterback last year. He also plays linebacker. I mean, one thing you're going to see with our guys is, depending on what formation, what we do, if we run wing T stuff or wishbone stuff, I might put in a freshman quarterback if we do that. But we got to rest our kids on offense because all our 5 to 6 running back kids are all starters on defense. So that's how we rest them, is on the offense side of the ball.
Just a few more questions for Chuck Dickinson, head coach of the Keystone Heights football team. Coach, you only have 10 seniors. You mentioned the youth, so talk about that. It can kind of be a double-edged sword for you.
You know, I mean, we've got most of the guys, you know, that played last year are back. You know, we're numbers for some reason have been down the last few years. JV program, last night we dressed 18 kids, 9th and 10th graders. Now, junior high, we have about 35, so for some reason, you know, you would have thought after last year, the success we had, we would have got some more kids coming out, but really didn't. So, you know, it is what it is, and, you know, that's why we have to do what we do in the weight room to be able to compete.
When you looked at Eastside, what were your concerns coming into tonight's game?
Just, you know, quarterback throws an excellent ball, and they run precision routes. I mean, you know, we've got to get to him before he can, you know, sit there and throw. And he reads. He makes some good reads. I mean, I'm very impressed with him. I mean, got some running backs. He can take it to the house at any time, and they're big, very big up front on the offensive line. I'm sure they're over 300 pounds. So, you know. Our goal is to, you know, like we're going to try to control the ball, slow the game down, and, you know, get in at halftime, and hopefully, you know, we're hoping our kids up front going to be in a little better condition. That, you know, that maybe, you know, like we've done in the past, the offensive line and, you know, the ground game we do. Sometimes fourth quarter we get a little stronger than some teams, but we'll see.
Well, I probably should have started with the congratulations on getting your first ever playoff win, but that team was a playoff team, won 10 games. How much does that momentum carry over into this year?
Well, I think it, you know, builds a lot of confidence. I mean, what we tell our seniors every year, you know, we try to do better. We want that senior class to try to outdo the class before them. You know, so that's some things we talk about. But, you know, coming off of that, even the younger kids, I think, have some you know the expectations of what we expect, and again, most of those guys are part of the weightlifting program too, because most of them are linemen, so they know what we expect, and you know, we just got to get it done.
And kind of a final question for you. I know that Palaca's on the schedule for the first time ever. They're in your new district now, but also here at Eastside. I mean, you would think Keystone Eastside might match up more than they do, but you know, it's kind of a rare matchup.
Yeah, this first time ever, I believe Keystone has played Eastside for whatever reason. You know, we've just never have played. Yeah. You know, and we, you know, like I said, I think they were in the same boat we were in the sense of, you know, with the scheduling things happened, and we just happened to have this week available, and you know, I think something happened with who we originally had, our week 2 opponent. I think they dropped me after all the, you know, once all the state came out with stuff. So, you know, you got to play a game. I mean, you know, so it. And again, I think this will be a great test for us to figure out where we're at. Yeah. You know, if we come out of this, you know, with some confidence, then you know, I think we'll have a chance to have a good season.
All right, Chuck. Thanks for the time. Good to see you. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, that's Chuck Dickinson. Did you ask him how many years he's been the head coach there now? I think it's at least 25 at Keystone Heights. He's the longest-serving coach in this area now for high school football. And, you know, you heard there, Mike, that, you know, they would like to carry this last season's success into this year, but unfortunately not a lot of kids there. You only heard 18 on the JV team. Said he had 30 for the junior high team. And the other problem they're going to have, as you mentioned, you talked to him about the quarterback, and it's a new quarterback, Ben Olch, but if you're Keystone Heights, you got to worry about the fact that you lost your top 4 running backs, 4 from last year. All of them graduated, and they combined for about 3,600 yards and 50 touchdowns. And, you know, Keystone Heights is going to run the ball, so they're going to have to find someone else to do that. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, they have, including one guy that averaged over 110 yards, right around 110 yards a game, Dalton Hollingsworth, 1,324 yards. He had 21 of those 50 touchdowns last year, but also he had 60 tackles. These guys, Logan Williams, Tyler Jenkins, Cade Sanders, guys that they lost from last year. Williams ran for 872 and 8 touchdowns. Jenkins ran for 758 and 11 touchdowns. Sanders ran for 660 yards and 10 touchdowns. All of those guys went both ways. They're all gone. They've already moved on, graduated. So that will be the biggest challenge. The quarterback also, because of the fact they've got a JV guy, even though he does have experience at the quarterback position, they've got a guy that was playing JV football last year as their starting quarterback. So that will be the biggest challenge, in my opinion, is trying to find somebody to plug in. You know, last year they ran a bone offense. They had 3 running backs. They had 4 or 5 deep in the backfield, but they're changing things up a little bit. So that you know, those are some key losses there at the running back position.
You know, and they've become kind of a perennial playoff team. 4 times the last 5 years they made the postseason, with the exception of 2018. Hard to believe, though, that last year was their first playoff win. I mean, that is because Keystone's been in the playoffs many times, and they beat Umatilla last year, lost at the Villages in the second round, but 10-2. The other loss was to PK Young, who last season here in Gainesville. But as you mentioned, they've never played Eastside before. Now, Eastside, on the other hand, and we're going to hear from Gator Hoskins in a moment, coming in, I mean, you'd have to say pretty confident after week 1, because they beat PK Young on a Saturday morning at PK Young, beat them handily, and they have an experienced quarterback, Holden Johnson, who's now a 4-year starter as a senior.
And speaking of handily, Keystone won that game against Umatilla handily, 50-0. So I don't know that you can necessarily say, well, because they were a playoff team last year, you know, they're going to be good this year. I think it's going to take time to find out about this Keystone Heights team. They've got 5 offensive starters back, 5 defensive starters back. But as far as Eastside, nice win on Saturday, 48-21 against PK Young. They've got 8 starters back on defense, but it sounded like, talking with Coach Hoskins in the pregame, we'll get to that in just a moment, it sounded like he was not happy with some of his team's performance. They did put up 48 points. Holden Johnson with 3 touchdown passes. He's, I believe, now moved over 3,000 yards passing in his career. He had 2879 coming into the season. I do know that he threw 10 touchdown passes as a junior, and he threw 3 and 1/2 last week against PK Young. So that helps to have a senior at quarterback. Johnson's been here for a long time, and Antonio Hubbard, who transferred from Hawthorne, also with a big day. He had a couple of touchdowns receiving. You mix in their running back, Chris Bishop, a couple of touchdowns on the ground. He's a junior as well, so there's reason for optimism. By the way, I do want to mention, and Marty, you can throw it to me throughout, I do want to recognize the sponsors of Eastside football that helped make this broadcast possible. Thanks to the EHS class of 2021, ATF, Swamp Religion, Bama's Soul Food, Mount Carmel Church, and Tracy Coward Johnson Foundation. So thanks again to those sponsors of Eastside football. But the Rams, as you mentioned, a chance to go 2-0 for the first time since 2009. It helps when you can move Buchholz out of the way in week 1 or 2, but they get them in week 3.
Whoever that athletic director was, did a really good job.
They'll worry about that Buchholz game next week. This week, it's all about going to 2-0.
I didn't. I said Mike Rideouts here. I'm Marty Paulman. Our executive producer is Philip Crutchfield. He's the athletic director I was referring to, who got that scheduling done. But if you're Gator Hoskins too, you know, he may be one of the best players to come through Eastside. He was a 2-time All-State quarterback. Went to play at Marshall, 3rd all-time leading receiver, and he comes into his first season, and it's been a rough patch. But good start for him last week, and they look to go 2-0 tonight. But it feels like, you know, Gator Hoskins is going to get this program going in the right direction for Eastside. All right, so we'll go ahead and hear Mike's interview with Gator Hoskins.
Welcome back to Citizens Field. Tonight, the Eastside Rams are at home against the Indians of Keystone Heights. Thursday night football for you on the Prep Zone. Mike Rideout joined by the head coach, the first-year head coach, the alum from Eastside, Harold Gator Hoskins. So let's start there, Coach. Congratulations on the new position. Just tell us how it feels to be the new head coach at Eastside High School.
I'm excited to be back at home, get a chance to come back and, you know, give back to my school. I'm excited to be coaching these young men and looking forward to a great season.
Congratulations. You got one under your belt. Talk about the win against PK. Even though it got moved to Saturday, you guys still came out on top.
Even though we won, you know, I wasn't, you know, too satisfied with that victory. I felt like we got some things that we need to fix. But overall, it was a great win. I'm excited, you know, 1-0, so I don't want to rain on our parade, but we still have some things that we can work on.
Big first half in particular for Holden Johnson, your senior quarterback, with 3 touchdown passes. What have you seen so far out of him?
Just maturity. And he's learning to watch film and understanding what defense are trying to do to him. And honestly, he's just taking what the defense gives him. He's not forcing anything. We had a chance to get some new weapons around him, so I think he's more comfortable. He's very comfortable with the offense, so things are clicking for him.
One of those weapons, Chris Bishop, your junior running back, had a couple of touchdowns on the ground. 6'1", 200. What type of player is he?
Man, honestly, he could be whatever type of player he wants to be. I just challenged him over the summer in the weight room about, you know, I told him to set a goal for himself, And in order to achieve those goals, I was going to be in his ear every single day this summer. And he stepped up to the challenge, and so far he's been doing pretty well.
And speaking of pretty well, Antonio Hubbard with a big game, couple of touchdown receptions for you.
Yeah, I challenged him as well, over the summertime when he had transferred in from Hawthorne. He didn't get a chance to play his 9th grade and 10th grade year. And I just challenged him to, take on the challenge. Hey, whatever they said about you, prove them wrong.
Just a couple more questions for Coach Hoskins, head coach of the Eastside Rams, tonight at home against the Indians of Keystone Heights. How about on the defensive side of the ball? Your thoughts on the game last game out?
Again, like I said, we got some things that we need to fix on. We gave them. I don't really feel like they did anything. It was us. We kind of beat ourselves on a couple plays. Giving them time in the pocket. Now, granted, they have a great team, great receivers, but I felt like it was some things that we were just lined up wrong. Some things that we need to fix.
A chance for Eastside to go 2-0 for the first time since 2009, but to do that, you got to beat Keystone Heights. What do you know about your opponent?
We watched them film, man. They're a pretty good team. They have some great running backs. They like to run the ball. They're going to be physical. We have to just make sure that we're prepared and make sure that we're playing our A game.
That said, Coach, keys to a victory for Eastside tonight. What has to happen?
Taking care of the ball, finishing drives, and just getting back to us on defense, stopping the run.
And then looking ahead at the schedule, Buchholz next week. I know you want to take them one at a time, but your thoughts overall on the schedule this year?
I'm taking it one game at a time. One game at a time.
Yeah. Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
First-year Eastside head coach Harold Gator Hoskins. We're going to find out why he's nicknamed Gator. Is it because he grew up in Gainesville?
He got that name as a kid, actually. It means go-getter. Go-getter. So he got that name as I asked him about that at Media Day.
Yeah, we were. That was the question I had, and I just wonder if he grew up in Gainesville. That's why I was. But anyway, as you heard from Coach Hoskins, and by the way, Eastside wins tonight. They'll be 2-0. You mentioned it the first time since 2009. They'll also match their win total from last year.
Yes.
And beat the win total from 2 years ago. They were 2-8 last year, 1-9 2 years ago. So this will be a big win tonight, and as you said, with Buchholz coming next week, that's going to be a tough one next week for Eastside. But it's got, I think, a little bit of different styles here we're going to see. Obviously, Keystone, Chuck Dickinson wants to run the ball, and he's going to. But Eastside, on the other hand, they're going to run it some, but they're going to mostly, I think, throw the ball around. So it'll be an interesting matchup between these two here tonight.
Well, and again, they put up 48 points on Saturday against PK Young, so I would think we're going to see somewhat of an explosive offense when, Gator played at Eastside way back years and years ago. He was a two-time All-State quarterback for the Rams. He was responsible for over 3,600 yards, 47 touchdowns during his Eastside career. So I'm sure that these young men look up to Gator, knowing, the success that he had not only here at Eastside, but then also he went on to Marshall University 2009 to 2013, finished his career at Marshall, 99 receptions for 1,318 yards, 28 total touchdowns. He had the third most in Marshall history, and also he got a chance to play in the NFL as well. So you got a guy like that coaching up your team, they're gonna show a lot of respect. Yeah,
you mentioned his career. He played for Kent Johnson here at Eastside. Graduated in 2010. They had some really good teams then as well. So, that's the other thing that Gator Hoskins is bringing in. He was a winner here. And Eastside had some really good years, and it's been a tough maybe last 7, 8, almost 10 years for Eastside. But, they hope that this will be the coach to lead them back here to winning.
Yeah, and I think he kind of has shown that right away. When I got a chance to talk with Daniel Fudge, the senior wide receiver, saw him at Media Day, and I asked him about that because when Gator was here, I asked him, what's the one thing you remember most about your playing days at Eastside? He said winning.
That's right.
They had they would win. So one of the things that Fudge said that he liked about his coach was his dedication to turning this program around. He thinks he wants to get back to that old Eastside culture where they believe they were going to blow everybody out.
Well, that horn, I guess, means, the teams are coming on the field. Keystone Heights is coming from the
I think we're going to play football here in a few minutes.
Yeah, I think we're right. I think we might be starting around 7:10. Keystone Heights is coming in from the visitors' locker room on the east side here, southeast side at Citizens Field. We are at Citizens Field again tonight. Milton Lewis Stadium has You hear the Eastside fans, the students booing Keystone. One coach for Keystone is wanting them to get louder. But the Indians of Keystone Heights are walking in right now. They're going to go down to the north end zone, I guess. And Eastside, I don't see them yet, but I think they'll be here in a few moments. Reminder, tomorrow night, Mike Rideout will be back here at Citizens Field for Friday night high school football on 106.9 in Gainesville. It'll be Buchholz against Sarasota Riverview as the Bobcats look to start 2-0 as well. Here come the Rams.
Yeah, Sarasota Riverview, a team that was in the 8A state playoffs last year. Buchholz went to the 7A state semifinals. Riverview did lose pretty soundly in their first game, but, you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's indicative of what's going to happen tomorrow night. Other than the fact we know that Buchholz is for real again. They just reload. Whittemore back for his senior year. Had I believe, a 66-yard touchdown run last Thursday against Columbia. Beat a solid Columbia football team. So that's a good Buchholz football team. Looking forward to seeing them in action tomorrow night. 7:30 game. We'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with our pregame coverage at 106.9 IM Country, and also video on the Prep Zone YouTube page.
Weather permitting, of course. As it didn't permit last Friday night. You guys tried to do the game. Gainesville Vanguard. It was moved Saturday in Ocala, and that was a rough day for the Hurricanes, who lost to Vanguard 68-0. They'll be on the road tomorrow night in Orlando against Bishop Moore, trying to even their record up at 1-1. Well, Eastside now on the field. They're in the green tops, orange letters and numerals, the white pants, the white helmet with the orange Rams and letters on the side. Keystone Heights in their white unis, the, what is it, kind of royal blue pants and navy blue letters and numbers, and also the blue helmet, royal blue with Indians on it. So,
and they actually have an Indian mascot down there. I took a picture of him.
Really?
I need to put that on social media.
Where is that?
Where's the Ram? Do we have an Eastside mascot? Philip,
Should have a Ram.
Y'all have those around here? Where are they at?
Oh,
yeah, there's a Ram on the sideline. I didn't see the Ram earlier. I would have taken a picture of the Ram as well.
Yeah, where's the Keystone mascot?
The Ram's down over there. I don't see the Indians mascot now. Oh, there he is down in, or she is down in the corner of the end zone.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well. Oh, my goodness. I don't think that's appropriate. Oh, well. Well, anyway,
that's a rockin' Indian right there.
It is.
He gave me the rock sign.
Just said we were going to start promptly at 7:10, but it's 7:09, and I don't think we're starting. It's in 1 minute. They're out here warming up still.
No, they got 11:39 on the scoreboard.
No, he just said we were going to start promptly at 7:10. And then they put 20 minutes on the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
So, not sure. It's going to be about 7:20.
Philip,
right?
let's bring Philip Crutchfield in here, our executive producer.
Hey, good evening, guys.
What do you think, Philip?
Looks like they probably just gave them a brief warm-up period because it was about a 30-minute time in the locker room. Usually it's about a 10-minute turnaround just to get loose because they went through a full warm-up and team session, it looked like, earlier, so they're just doing a stretch. And it looks like the band's starting to line up on the corners, so I think we're going to have a proper introduction to high school football tonight for a change.
Yeah, the skies are dark, but they're okay right now, really. It's better than it looked earlier. We had a rainbow earlier off to the east over Citizens Field with some dark clouds, but right now I think we're okay. It's cooled off a bit, 77 degrees, so that at least is nice, but we hope that we can play tonight without any weather delays, as both games here last week were delayed due to weather. Actually, a lot of games. Eastside, again, they had to play Saturday morning against PK Young last week as the game Friday night was postponed. And Gainesville, as we said, also was supposed to play Vanguard here. That game was moved to Saturday in Ocala. Rams are warming up down in the south end zone. The students of Eastside are getting loud as Keystone Heights are down towards the Keystone Heights end offensively. Chuck Dickinson's been through a lot of games through the years as a coach at Keystone Heights, but the first time he's played the Eastside Rams. And they're coming in, Keystone Heights, off one of their best seasons in school history a year ago, 10-2 with a second-round playoff appearance.
Once again, in case we've got some new viewers, we're going to be streaming the Eastside home football games here at Citizens Field on the Prep Zone Sports Network. And I want to thank the sponsors of Rams football, the EHS class of 2021, ATF, Swamp Religion, Bama's Soul Food, Mount Carmel Church, and Tracy Coward Johnson Foundation. Thanks to the Eastside sponsors who helped make this broadcast possible.
You mentioned tomorrow night the Buholtz game, and by the way, the Prep Zone Power Poll released today. Buholtz remains number 1 through week 1. Actually, they are the number 1 team in the preseason poll after beating Columbia here last Thursday, 31-14. They remain number 1, receiving 8 of 9 first-place votes. Trinity Christian from Jacksonville passes Jacksonville Bowles for second now. They receive the other first-place vote. Bowles is third. Just a 1-point difference between second and third. Vanguard fourth, and rounding out the top 5 is, once again, Hawthorne. Hawthorne winning last Friday night at Middleburg 24-7 in their opener, and scheduled to play PK Young, speaking of the Blue Wave, here tomorrow night, but due to COVID issues at PK Young, that game has been postponed. It'll be played 3 weeks from now, September 23rd, week 5.
Just want to let everyone know that I'll have a recap of tonight's game at MainStreetDailyNews.com. And of the teams in the Main Street Daily News coverage area, following up, piggybacking off of what I'm already said, not only Buholtz and Hawthorne in the top 5, but Columbia, Lake City Columbia, is ranked 10th in the rankings. Chiefland is ranked 15th. The Indians got a win against Crescent City last week. And Stark Bradford had their game suspended. They are supposed to resume that game in week 7. Their game against Baker County, but Bradford is ranked 19th. Also, Eastside did receive 1 vote. Did Philip put them in there maybe?
No, actually.
Our guest pollster this year?
Nope.
Union County also received a vote, so they dropped out of the top 20. But we'll see if the Tigers can get a big win against the other Tigers. A big one on Friday night in Lake Butler as Union County hosts Columbia. You have to go back before we were born. Before the
90 years.
90 years is what Joshua Wilson told us last night. Since and it wasn't even really real football back then. I mean, it was, but
No, they were wearing.
It's not like your
leather
modern day
helmets and all.
football, right?
But yeah, that's going to be an interesting matchup. The funny thing is, those teams never play besides being about 20 miles apart, Lake City and Lake Butler. But that'll be again. Someone needs to go to 1-1. Someone does not want to go to 0-2. And otherwise, as you look around the area this week for high school football, Dixie County and Trenton will be broadcast on MainStreetDailyNews.com tomorrow night. Both teams are 0-1, so there's another game where they were trying to win an 0-2 start. As speaking to Main Street Daily News, I look down on the sideline and I see CJ Gish already here taking pictures.
Yeah, CJ will have photos for my story tonight. Appreciate what CJ has already done. He has gone out and, we'll say moonlighting if you want to say that, because he's got a day job at Main Street Daily News, but he has done a heck of a job getting out and getting getting photos of not only football but also volleyball teams. In fact, let me see if I can find how many. Well, let's pause for the national anthem. Pretty decent crowd here tonight. CJ was telling me, Marty, that he has already shot 8 of our local 22 volleyball teams and 6 of 22 football teams in the first 2 weeks of the season. He's been hustling.
Yeah, we haven't been out to any volleyball games yet. Probably need to do that sometime before the postseason. But, yeah, that's a lot. And the volleyball started, what, a week or 2 ago as well? So that is a lot to do. By the way, the captains for Eastside, as I look down here, I see number 9, Charles Sawyer, number 6, Dion English, and in street clothes is Daniel Fudge, number 3. And also Holden Johnson, the senior quarterback, number 12. So not sure. It looks like Fudge will not play tonight.
Sorry about the names, fellas.
I think we were talking earlier, Philip brought up the one of the linebackers, top linebacker for Eastside was in street clothes.
Number 3, Daniel Fudge.
Nice hand for Fudge there, because everybody likes Fudge.
Number 6, Dion
For Keystone Heights, captains are number 7, Sam Olsch.
That's the brother of the quarterback, Ben.
Yeah. Number 8, Briar Skank. Is it Briar or Brian? It was like an R. Oh, Briar, okay.
He'll play running back and linebacker for them.
Missed the other 2. All out, all game, all season is the sign that Eastside's about to go through in the south end zone. I'll have the opening coin toss here in just a moment.
Also, coming up 1 week from tonight, another Thursday night game. Gainesville will be at home against Trinity Catholic of Ocala.
And not going to be very easy for GHS there either.
7 o'clock game will be on there at 6:45 right here at the Prep Zone. Coin is in the air. Looks like Eastside has won the toss.
That's right. They'll decide what to do with it here.
Defending who's going to defend which goal. So Eastside will receive. And Keystone will kick off and defend the north goal.
Indians will kick off and defend the north end zone.
Landon Hosapian, also one of the captains.
Yeah. And 64.
Downtown Gainesville.
As you said, Bo Overton.
He's a senior as well.
And Landon Hosapian, number 22.
Yeah, they've only got 10 seniors on the team. It's a very young team, and Coach Dickinson said what he would like to see is this team get better as the season progresses. But he said early on the season, it's going to be up to the coaches to put kids in the right position. He does kind of, injuries play a part of it. They don't have much depth. However, he's hoping that what they do in the weight room will help them guard against injury. Doesn't always mean just because you work out you're not going to be injured, but at least it does kind of help against getting an injury.
Well, you can guess from the crowd noise, Eastside coming in now, breaking through the sign in the south end zone of Citizensville.
Might be the most fired up I've ever seen Eastside.
Yeah, and they will be, of course, over here on the home side, the west stands here at Citizensville. Yeah, they are fired up, and why not? They come in after a big win over one of their rivals. And a chance to go 2-0 for the first time in 13 years. Well, Keystone Heights is ready to kick off, but the Eastside band is still on the field. There they go. So Eastside will now get ready to return the kick.
So it will be about a 20-minute late start today.
Yep, not bad. We started an hour and a half late last week.
But at least we're playing football. Didn't get that opportunity on Saturday, or Friday rather, for Gainesville Vanguard, and once the game got moved to Ocala, it ruled out any option for us to still broadcast the game on Saturday.
Well, it says the kicker on the roster is number 90, but that looks like number 80 for Keystone Heights. And back to return, Antonio Hubbard, number 4.
Yeah, number 90 is the kicker.
Yeah. Oh, and a short kick actually goes through the hands. One of the returners had it go over his head. Now a nice return by Hubbard, though, down the sideline. There he goes. Still going. He finally goes out of bounds. Nice run there by Antonio Hubbard, who is a junior. Had 2 touchdowns last week receiving. It is number 90. Sorry, it looked like an 8 for Keystone Heights. So the kicker that time was Paleo Riendez Martinez. I'm not going to say that many times. So the ball will start at the 33 for Eastside.
Yeah, stepped out of bounds even though he got up near the 40-yard line. That is a 33-yard line. That's a 19-yard return.
Yeah, that ball was it was a short kick over the head of one up back who tried to get it over his shoulder. It hit around the 25, and then Hubbard picked it up. All right, so we'll see Holden Johnson. A year ago, 10 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. This year already 3 TDs last week against PK Young. 2 receivers line up left, 1 right, 1 back behind him. It's Bishop. Bishop will take the handoff around right side, breaks 1 tackle, and then he's tripped up around the 36-yard line. A gain of 3 on first down. Bishop, sorry.
I was just going to say Micah Hudson.
That was not Bishop, my apologies. Hudson, a senior. We were told Bishop. Well, Bishop probably will come in at some point. That is Hudson with the first carry.
Hudson had a touchdown run against PK Young. He's a senior, 5'9", 165.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 as we were just underway. 2 receivers line up right, 1 left. Bishop is the back now to the right on the left side. Actually, it'll be a flip to Hudson, and that was Corbin Bird in it running back that time as Hudson took the pitch to about the 38-yard line. Actually, they're going to give him the 39.
And that was Sam Olch, one of the captains who made the tackle. So a big 3rd down play coming up.
So 3rd down, a little more than 3. They need to get to the 42, past the 42 for a first down. From near their own 40-yard line on this opening drive. 2 receivers each side. Hudson is the back again to the left of Holden Johnson, who takes the snap, keeps it himself, looking for space. Got the first down and more. Look out, 50, 45, and nearly broke it all the way to the end zone as he is going to be tripped up at the 37-yard line. And that time, Holden Johnson, good call on the keeper, easily gets a first down and nearly took it all the way to the end zone.
Great job blocking by his offensive line to springing for, that's a 24-yard gain for Johnson.
Finally, it was tripped up by Sam Ulsh, number 7. So Eastside and Keystone Heights territory. First down at the Indians' 37. 2 receivers each side. Again, Hudson in the back. We're not seeing Bishop on this drive. Holden Johnson takes the snap, looks as he throws up in the air, and it's going to be caught down inside the 10 to the 5 to the 3. And that is Antonio Wilson making the play.
Well, Antonio Wilson did a good job of stepping inside in front of the defender, and he was able to use his athleticism a little bit. At 6 foot, jumped up, went and got it.
Try to fade there to the right sideline. May have been a little underthrown, but as you said, Wilson came back, the 6'1", 165-pound junior, a gain of 33. And now Eastside already first and goal at the 4 as we played 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 9:50 to go first quarter. 2 receivers each side again. Hudson, the back, behind Johnson. Johnson's going to keep it. This time he runs into tacklers. Now he's going to flip it in the air, and it's caught for a touchdown. How about that play? And the touchdown catch by Davion Pugh. And Holden Johnson had nowhere to go. He was being stopped by 2 Keystone defenders, and he just decided pitch it in the air. Why not? And Pugh was open at the goal line.
That was just a senior making a play. Pugh had a touchdown reception against PK Young. And how about Eastside? 67-yard drive on their first possession.
A couple big plays. The run by Johnson at 20 yards, a 33-yard completion down to the 4 by Wilson. This is Caleb Dressel for the extra point, and that is going to be wide left. No good on the PAT. But Eastside on the board first, as they lead it 6-0, 9:41 to go here in the first quarter. So a 4-yard touchdown pass from Johnson. That's his 4th already of this 2022 season.
He had 10 all of last year as a junior.
You can tell that
it's going to give him 23 for his career.
Gator Hoskins has a lot of confidence in Holden Johnson.
All right, let's see if Keystone can answer. I mean, the key for the Indians to get out of here with a win was to control the ball, shorten the game, see if they can go in, close at the half, and then use their physicality into that fourth quarter to pull out a win. But already down 6-0, they can't afford to get too far down against this Eastside team.
Dressel will kick off. Keystone Heights heading left to right here towards the south end zone. By the way, as I look down on the field, Holden Johnson getting some tips from new offensive coordinator Willie Jackson, joining the Eastside staff this year as well. Had been here before. His son Sir Jackson was a quarterback here under Jeff Parker. And Willie has been around coaching. He's back at Eastside. As Dressel, this kick is returnable at the 2-yard line. Up to about the 10 to the 15 and just short of the 20. Maybe got to the 20 that time. That was Sam Ulsh, the senior, who was back there to return along with Carter Daniels, number 2. And the officials will say it's right at the 20. So first down, Keystone Heights will start at their 20-yard line, and we will see junior quarterback Ben Ulsh. 9:34 to go first quarter. Eastside 6, Keystone Heights nothing. 2 backs in the backfield this time are Briar Skank, number 8, and number 28, 25, Colton Hollingsworth, as this is a NFL around left side. She got all the way to the 27, a gain of 7 on first down.
As Briar Skank, senior running back.
Yeah, we'll see him in the backfield, it seems like. Tackle for number 34 of the Eastside Rams that time, Cornelius Perkins. But a gain of 7 on first down. And Keystone Heights, again, the play clock on the field. They are going to take their time, 12 play clock.
That's their style, again, to run as much clock as possible, keep moving the chains, keep it close to the vest.
Receiver to the right side. Under center is also 2 backs behind him. And a handoff off right tackle. This time the carry goes to Landon Hosapian, senior. And he has a first down right past the 30-yard line. Gain of 3. First down, Keystone Heights at their 30. Eastside band joining their first home game of 2022, along with Eastside students down in front of us.
Yeah, we'll let you hear from them coming up at the half.
First down, Keystone at the 30. Again, Ulsh will go under center. Receiver to the left, 2 backs behind him. And that's a short game, maybe nothing that time. Maybe a yard. As that time, the carry was Sam Ulsh. Sam Ulsh, a senior. His younger brother, Ben, is the quarterback. Ben Ulsh, a junior.
Among those on the stop for Eastside was Jaquez Hill. He's a senior. Defensive tackle, defensive end.
Maybe a yard. It's going to be second down in between 9 and 10. Again, 2 backs behind the quarterback, Ben Ulsh, receiver to the right side. Oh, well, it looked like he dropped the snap, but Ulsh will keep it. And he gets all the way up to the 38-yard line as a late flag comes in for right in front of the Eastside sideline. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down. And the keeper that time, Ulsh picks up 7, actually about 3 yards almost. It'll be, well, depending on what this penalty is, 3rd and 3 at the 38. Might be a sideline warning against the Rams. Yep,
yeah, they've had it. Yeah, I was going to say their coach has been right there on the field of play.
That get back, coach.
Yeah. Going to move them back.
That is not a penalty. First time. Gain of 7 by Ulsh that time. 3rd and 3. Keystone Heights on their opening drive as clock stops, 7:28 to go first quarter. Eastside scoring on their opening possession. They lead 6-0. I already see Kevin Wells from TV20 down there in his yellow Gordon's Fisherman jacket.
Only game in town. Although I think, I'll have to check, maybe Riverside Christian.
3rd and 3, and that time Skank had no chance around left side as he ran into number 32, Jesse Barnes, sophomore defensive lineman, and that's going to be a loss on the play of about 3 yards. 4th down, and looks like Keystone may have to punt it away.
Yeah, it looks like Eastside will have good field position, too. They've got a guy near midfield. Actually, they had somebody, and now Hubbard is going to run on the field. Initially, Wilson was on the field.
Yep. Punter for Keystone Heights. Number, I see a 5. Waiting to see he's going to punt from the 20. Low snap. It's number 50, and that is Jaden Goodman. Low, but that's a low punt that gets a lot of roll all the way down to about the 24-yard line, so no chance for a return by Hubbard. So not bad there in the end for the punter, Goodman.
Good job, Goodman.
Goodman, right. So Eastside will start their second drive. First down at their 24, 6:17 to go in the first quarter as the light started to take effect here at Citizens Field. The sun is long gone behind the clouds, but there are some dark clouds off to the east, but right now we are in good shape here.
Yesterday, as you mentioned earlier, we talked about the new classifications and who might be the state champions in each of those new classifications this year. Joshua Wilson of FloridaHSFootball.com was our guest on the Prep Zone Sports Show from Sonic Drive-In. If you missed it, you can go back and listen to it. It's archived at theprepzone.com. We're going to talk volleyball in the next show, Wednesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. on 106.9 FM I Am Country and online at imcountryradio.com with the Bell volleyball team.
First down from the 24, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Johnson hands off and up the middle. Hudson again, the running back. He takes a big hit that time by number 33 for Keystone Heights, Trey Jeffries. But pick up of about 4, though, on first down. It'll be 2nd and 6. Eastside scoring on their first possession, a 4-yard touchdown. Well, I'd say throw, but it was more of a toss from Holden Johnson to Davion Pugh.
It was almost like a jump pass.
Yeah. 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Johnson turns it around again, hands off right tackle. Hudson breaking tackles. He gets to around the 31. That'll be about it, 3rd and 3. And we have not seen Chris Bishop yet here in this first quarter. Wonder if he's banged up. 3rd down at about 3 coming up from the 31.
Bishop is dressed. He's on the sideline. He's standing over near his coaches, so I get the feeling he at some point will come in the game.
3rd and 3 or near 4. 3 receivers left, 1 right, 1 back behind Johnson. It's Hudson. Pitch to Hudson. Around left side, 30. 35 is the first down to the 40 and gets up to around the 41. That's a nice run, deep pitch to Micah Hudson. He'll pick up 10 yards on 3rd and 4 and another Eastside first down at their own 41. As we go under 5 minutes, 4:56 to go. Quick moving first quarter as we have our water break with 4:56 to go in the first quarter. It's Eastside 6, Keystone Heights nothing. Eastside trying to start another drive. They have a first down at their 41. As again, this game started around 7:20, about 20 minutes behind schedule due to lightning.
That was the longest run of the game so far for Hudson. He had a pair of 3-yard runs on their first drive. The biggest play, one of the biggest plays on that drive, though, was that 24-yard run by Holden Johnson. It came on 3rd down and 3 for the Rams, and it ends up leading to a 33-yard pass to Wilson, Antonio Wilson, followed by that 4-yard pass for the score.
Well, I can tell you, I think you're trying to figure out if there are other games in the area. I don't know if there is, but I can tell you that Corey Davis is in Umatilla, Crescent City, Umatilla, scheduled to play. They are also being delayed due to lightning.
Okay.
Right now. And that was supposed to be a 7 o'clock kick, so a little bit longer delay there. Corey Davis of the Placa Daily News, covering Crescent City there tonight. 3 receivers right side, 1 left, 1 back as Johnson takes the snap. Going to go deep. Took it down the left sideline. Got a receiver open. Oh, and just out of his hands down to the 18-yard line. That's Pugh again. He already had 1 touchdown, and if he gets that one, he has 2, because he had about 2 steps behind the defender down that left sideline as number 6, Vernell Jackson, was beaten on that play.
Yeah, just missed him by inches. They say it's a game of inches. Probably a couple inches, and Pugh hauls that one in for a score.
Haskin, you shall receive. Bishop now is in the game at running back. So he's the back behind Johnson, to his left, actually. 3 receivers line up right side, 1 left, 2nd down, and 10 east side at their 41. Johnson hands off to Bishop, and there he is off the 45 to the 50. Nice run off left tackle. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down, a gain of 9. And it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 coming up for Eastside right at midfield. Eastside having success running the ball early in this game between both Micah Hudson and Chris Bishop, and also Holden Johnson had a big carry earlier. 3rd and 1 at the 50. 3 receivers right again, 1 left. Bishop is the back behind Johnson, approaching 4 minutes to go first quarter. Here's Bishop in the middle, easily has the first down, and he'll get down inside the 46 as they go right up the middle off right tackle. Gain of 4, first down east side in Keystone Heights territory at the 46.
Chris Bishop was 2nd in the district last year, 524 yards. But the interesting thing is he only had 2 touchdowns all year long last year as a junior, or as a sophomore. This year, as a junior, he already has 2 rushing touchdowns.
First down from the Keystone 45. Johnson is going to get sacked back at the 44-yard line. At first it looked like he was going to have time, and then coming screaming up the middle, that's Trey Jeffries, number 33, to put a hit on Johnson. That's a loss of 8 back to the 47.
Yeah, they finally get a big play on defense. Nobody blocking Jeffries up the middle. Jeffries, a junior linebacker. You know, and the thing about Keystone is that they lost all their linebackers from last year.
So big loss on that play brings up now 2nd and 17. 2nd and 18. They need to get to the 35 of Keystone for a first down. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Again, Bishop takes the handoff from Johnson. He's past midfield and back up to around the 48. Gain of 5. And we'll have a 3rd down and long. 3rd and about 13 for Eastside. Clock already at 2:40 and running, as you would expect. Quick moving first quarter. A lot of running between these two teams. 2:35 and running now. Eastside leading 6-0. I'm going to say actually around the 49. Yep, so it's about 3rd and 3. Or 3rd and almost 14. Need to get near the 35 for the first down. 2 receivers each side. Back is Hudson behind Johnson. Johnson looks to his right. Pass is caught and then incomplete. Big hit over there on the sideline. Wasn't going to get much yardage anyway. And that is Vernell Jackson making a nice play as he was trying to get it. Was Johnson to Dion English over on the sideline.
Jackson, one of those 10 seniors on this team. Just got a good read, a good jump on the ball. Big play defensively, and Keystone will get it back here with a little over 2 minutes to play in the quarter.
So that sack kind of stalls the east side drive. They'll punt for the first time. Caleb Dressel, who's also the kicker, will punt it away from the 39. Back to return for Keystone Heights. Sam Ohl, she is around the 10-yard line. Clock stops at 2:12 to go first quarter. Keystone's defense coming up with a stop. Oh, high snap. Dressel comes up with it. Wobbly end over end kick, but it's going to hit down around the 20 and take an east side roll inside the 15. Right at the 15-yard line is where it will stop. And that's where Keystone Heights will take over. First down at their 15 with 2:01 to go in the opening quarter, down 6-0.
Once again, I want to thank our Eastside sponsors, EHS Class of 2021, ATF, Swamp Religion, Bama Soul Food, Mount Carmel Church, and also Tracy Coward Johnson Foundation. Thanks to the Rams supporters to help make this broadcast possible.
Bama Soul Food already makes me hungry. I was already hungry, but can't beat soul food. First down, Keystone at their 15. Again, the quarterback, Ben Ulsh, will be under center. Two backs behind him. Receiver right side, tight to the left of the formation. Look, Eastside showing pressure. And instead, it's a gain off right tackle to the 20. That is Skank that time to the 21. So a pickup of about 6 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 4 as clock runs at 1:45 left here in the opening quarter. Eastside 1-0. This is Keystone Heights' opener of the 2022 season. It is hard to believe, Mike, that it's hard to believe Keystone hasn't played Eastside. It's even harder to believe Keystone has never played Palatka.
Yeah, because they're not far at all from each other.
No, it's about 20 miles, 25 miles or so. 2nd and 4. Again, under center is Ulsh. Hands off left tackle to about the 23. Gain
that
of 2.
time it was Sam Ulsh.
Yeah,
or
Sam.
Ulsh, excuse me,
Yeah.
on the carry.
Perkins another tackle for Eastside. They're going to put that ball down around the 23. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Indians of Keystone. Under a minute to go here now in the quarter. All right, 3rd and 2. Two backs behind Ben Ulsh under center, receiver right. And he stacked up at the line and off right tackle. Tried an inside handoff. And that is Sosapian, who is going to be a yard shy of the first down as he was stacked up at the 24. And this is going to be interesting here. I got to think coach is going to punt here from his 24, but offense may be on the field. This is going to be the end of the first quarter, so they'll have time to think about it.
I don't think there's anything to think about. You punt the ball.
Yeah, I know you're a running team, and you should be able to get a yard, but not at your 24. It's early in the game, too. That is the end of the first quarter. That was quick, wasn't it? It was about 20 minutes or so. Eastside getting on the board on their first drive, and they lead Keystone Heights 6-0 through the end of the first quarter as the two teams will switch sides here at Citizens Field. Thursday night high school football tonight on theprepzone.com. Along with Mike Rideout, Marty Paulman back at Citizens Field. Our executive producer, director is Philip Crutchfield tonight. So we will bring you Thursday night football from Citizens Field all season on the Prep Zone, and also Eastside games at home here at Citizens Field. This is the home opener for the Rams. I tell you, Keystone's got the offense on the field. And even after
50's in the game, though.
Oh, you're right. The punter is out there. And even after the break for the quarter, I was like, I don't think they're going to. But it's only inches.
Actually,
they're going.
He's going to block, yeah.
And they only need about a half yard.
I think they're going to try and draw him off.
Yeah,
here.
that could be. Ulsh under center.
Nope.
Another play, and he got the first. Well, I thought he got the first down.
He
got past the 20.
He got it, yeah.
Boy, originally he went off left tackle. He got past the 25, but he only needed to get to the 25. We needed about 4 or 5 inches. And interesting. How about Chuck Dickinson, the Riverboat Gambler, going for it on 4th and inches at his 24? I guess as you coach longer, you get a little more, take a few more chances maybe. But he also trusts his offensive line and his backs. Gain of 2. So first down, Keystone at their 26. Under center, Ben Ulch, 2 backs behind him, 1 receiver to the right. Ulch will hand it off and breaking 1 tackle, then up to the 27, 28-yard line. That time, the first carry for Carter Daniels, number 2.
Number 10, Jalen Carter on the stop on the round.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
About a 1-yard pickup, 2nd down.
Eastside scoring on their opening drive, a 4-yard touchdown pass from Holden Johnson to Davion Pugh. The extra point was missed. Eastside punting on their 2nd possession. Keystone Heights punted on their first 2 drives. Actually, their first drive. This is their 2nd drive. Ulsh under center, turns around and tries to hand it off right tackle, and there's nowhere for Trey Jeffries to go that time. He'll get a loss of a yard, actually back near the original line of scrimmage. That'll be 3rd and 10, right around the 26.
And something that we will rarely see, we might see a pass here by Keystone.
Yeah, they don't like to get in this 3rd and long situations because you're right. They may have to throw here. Ulsh has not attempted a pass yet. Just for comparison's sake, last year's quarterback, Connor Guy, who's not back with the team this year, he tried 38 passes all of last year in 12 games, completed 17. But nope, they're running.
Nope.
Oh, he's throwing. And was it intercepted? Nearly intercepted at the 27.
Almost intercepted, but then almost taken back by Daniels, the receiver.
Right on him, 11, DJ Anderson. You're right, he nearly picked it off and then caught it. But the only problem is that's only about a 4 or 5 yard pass on 3rd and 10. That's not going to get you a first down. So either way, this time Keystone Heights will punt on 4th and 10. The punter, Jaden Goodman, number 50, from his 11. And Antonio Hubbard back to return near midfield around the 40-yard line. That kick towards the sideline. Now Hubbard has a chance to return it, 45 to midfield. Now he'll cut back to his left, 45. Boy, nice moves there up to around the 43-yard line. We've got fisticuffs over here in front of the Eastside bench. And the coaches will drag Mario Mitchell of Eastside off the field right in front of their sideline. He was going at it with number 20, Noah Branch. But a nice return by Hubbard. And again, Eastside will start this drive in Keystone territory at the 44.
That was an 11-yard punt return.
Last year's leading rusher for Eastside, Darian Smith, he transferred to Hawthorne. Chris Bishop was the 2nd leading rusher in 2021. But Smith leaves. They get Antonio Hubbard. Kind of a trade there coming from Hawthorne over here to Eastside. First down from the 44. Johnson, the right flat, had Hubbard.
That's a live ball.
It is a live ball, and Keystone Heights is on it. And, yeah, that was behind the line.
That should be, Indians ball.
It is. It's the first turnover of the game as Johnson tried to screen to Hubbard. He threw it behind him. And Keystone Heights will fall on it at the 49 of Eastside. So the first turnover of the game goes for the Indians defense. We see that play happen pretty often, the screen, but we also have seen a backwards pass a few times.
Well, a big opportunity here. Now they're in Eastside territory. They're only down 6. You know, if you asked Chuck Dickinson before the game, you're down 1 score, 9.5 minutes to play, but you got the ball at midfield, he would have taken that before the game.
Yeah, especially because Eastside started that last drive at the Keystone 43. They get a turnover, as you said. Now under center will be Ben Ulsh. Fullback and 2 backs in the backfield behind him. This time handoff off to the 45, and then running into tacklers again, that is Briar Skank, who picks up nearly 5 on first down to the 45 of Eastside. 9:20 clock running, 2nd quarter. It's 6-0 Eastside leading Keystone Heights.
It's funny because if you ask by comparison, I bet Harold Gator Hoskins would have said, no, I wouldn't take a 6-0 lead,
No.
with 9 minutes to play in the second quarter.
He didn't really like winning 48-21. He said there's a lot of mistakes there after a 27-point win. So you can see, always coaching, always can do better. Under center again, Ulsh, hands off. And, boy, that is a big running back, but nowhere for him to go. That is Daniels. He is taller than everyone else on the Keystone Heights team by maybe a foot. But at that time, he is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And as the PA announcer said, a few different Rams on the stop. So now it'll be, again, maybe a pass here, 3rd and 6.
Well, I think you can still run the football, especially if it's 4-down territory. We already saw Keystone go for it deep in their own territory. This could be 4 downs.
Yep, from the 45 of Eastside, 3rd and 6. Ulsh fullback behind him with 2 backs as well. Well, that was almost a Statue of Liberty, and he stopped, didn't move, did Ben Ulsh, and he handed off to Skank, and he had nowhere to go, right back to the line of scrimmage. Seriously, it almost looked like a Statue of Liberty play. Ben Ulsh just stopped, then he handed off. Eastside stacks it up again.
Again, Chuck Dickinson's been coaching for a long time.
Yeah.
I would punt it here, and it actually looks like what he's going to do. You can still play field position.
Right.
7:48 to play in the half. Still have a chance to, play good defense, get the ball back one more time for your offense. You're only down 1 score. I think it's the right call here.
So Goodman back on the field for his 3rd punt of the half. Back to return. Antonio Hubbard at the 15. So that turnover for Eastside. It's bobbled. But they didn't have any pressure that time. High, wobbly kick, and it's going to go out of bounds like around the 21-yard line, and the official will signal, right about the 21.
Good hang time on that punt.
It was. So Eastside takes over this drive, first down at their 21. The turnover doesn't hurt the Rams as they force a 3-and-out on Keystone Heights offense. And 7:22 to go, second quarter. Eastside will take back over up 6-0.
And on that last Eastside possession, it was that sack by Trey Jeffries that forced Eastside to end up punting the football.
22 seconds left in the second quarter.
These two teams
First and 10.
played last year in Class 4A, but now they're in 2S. Keystone's in 2S District 6, Eastside in 2S 7. As a flag comes in, we have not seen many of those. Hudson gets to around the 25. That's holding on Eastside. That might be the second penalty we've seen. The other was a sideline warning. Yep.
It's surprising that we don't have that many flags because it's, number one, so early in the season. But this is the first game of the year for Keystone.
Mm-hmm. So this will back the Rams up to their 14. Nope, they're still going. Back to the 9. So now it's a first down and a little more than 20 for Eastside, about 21. That's a good point. Also, a team that runs as much as Keystone Heights. They don't get a lot of holding calls. Excellent offensive line they have. This time, Eastside will line up 3 receivers left, 1 right. They're heading left to right towards the south end zone here in the second quarter. Bishop, the running back, to the right of Johnson as the officials are not yet put the play clock into play. They're discussing something. And now we are ready to go. Three receivers again left, 1 right, 1 back to the right of Johnson. Johnson takes the snap. He has time. Going deep. He's looking for his receiver. He's got him down the sideline. 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Eastside. Antonio Wilson gets open down the right sideline. We saw Eastside hit a bomb in the first quarter. This is a bomb, 91 yards. That's one way to get yourself out of a hole. And the Eastside lead now is 12-0. And how about that throw from Johnson, Holden Johnson that time, to his receiver, Antonio Wilson.
Yeah, he put it right where his receiver could get it. You know, I mentioned earlier that the Keystone defense lost all of their linebackers. They also lost their safeties too. So I thought coming in, Eastside might be able to exploit that a little bit. I didn't expect them to throw from inside their own 10-yard line. So credit Holden Johnson and also Wilson connecting there, a big play.
Low snap. Good hold as Dressel kicks it through and then is knocked to the ground. The flag comes in. The holder, of course, Antonio Hubbard. Boy, we saw Hubbard get open in the first quarter on a big play, and this time Wilson gets 2 steps behind his receiver down the right sideline. Dressel is still being tended to. He made the extra point. It's 13-0.
Yeah, there's a flag, so
6:55 to go second quarter.
They'll assess it on the kickoff.
What a play there after a holding call, back Eastside up to their 9. I think you said this earlier too, Mike, about actually, I think we were talking to Philip about it, how Eastside has not had a 4-year quarterback in a while, especially they haven't had the same coach for a while too. But you know, Holden Johnson has started since his freshman year.
Yeah,
and he came in for Anthony Richardson, who was injured. As Dressel
walk under his own power. Coach over there checking on him. Looks like actually a shoulder injury maybe. A little banged up there.
1 of 2 on extra points tonight, 13-0. So Eastside will kick off from the 45.
Well, we'll have to see if Keystone can answer here. 6:55 left in the half, but down 2 scores.
Yeah, and Keystone had just forced a turnover. It was in the Eastside side of the field, down 6-0, but Eastside defense came up big, stopped them in 3 and out, and then forced the punt.
Again, how about Holden Johnson? Off to a great start this year. 3 touchdown passes on Saturday.
2 already today.
Including 3 in the first half, yeah, and then the 2 today, the 4-yard touchdown pass to Pugh. He also had that 24-yard run on the first drive on a 3rd down play.
Not sure who's kicking off here, but he booted it into the end zone. That is Charles Sawyer.
Yep.
Number 9.
He's a senior.
I think he kicked before. I think Sawyer was the kicker a couple years ago before they put
There's
Dressel
a flag,
back there.
however. This one's
now the flags are coming in. I'm going to say that. It's across the field. Looks like we're going to have to kick again. Back from the 40.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 game. Buchholz at home against Sarasota Riverview. 7 o'clock pregame show on 106.9 FM I Am Country, but we also will have video right here on the Prep Zone YouTube page.
Buchholz beating Columbia 31-14 in an opening game last Thursday. Looking to go 2-0. 7A state semifinalists last year. Sawyer will now kick off from the 40.
By the way, if you are watching the game and have not done so, we suggest you subscribe to our YouTube page because you'll get an alert when the game starts. That's one of the advantages of being a subscriber. And it's free.
This time, end over end kick is returnable. Oh, he dropped it, though.
And his knee went down.
And Ulsh, that is Sam Ulsh. And, yeah, he is down at the 15. So it looked like it was returnable. Sam Ulsh had it bounce right off of him. And Keystone will again start deep in their own territory from the 15-yard line. 6:50 to go here, second quarter. It's 13-0 Eastside leading. So, again, the Keystone Heights offense on the field. They'll start first down at the 15. Ulsh under center. Actually, that was, their numbers are really hard to see. Is that 9 or 8?
9, I think.
On the carry? I thought it was 8. Okay.
Well, it was no gain.
So by somebody. It was either Ulsh or Skank under center. No gain either way, as you said, 2nd and 10. Yeah, I believe that's number 9, Ben Ulsh under center. 3 backs behind him. Oh, there's a carry off right tackle up to around the 29 or 24. That time the carry for Hosapien. Yep. So it'll be 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 now after that game, up to the 24.
They run that little misdirection stuff. It's hard to pick up. Well, might even see a double handoff tonight.
Yeah.
Very manageable 3rd down here for Keystone. They run that play clock all the way down, 5 seconds when it's snapped.
Boy, Eastside was in the backfield, and yet nice running that time, dragging tacklers. Once again, that is Daniels. Carter Daniels going to pick up nearly 10 yards on a 1st down.
That right there is a weight room run.
Looks like we'll go to our water break. 5:19 to go, 2nd quarter. Keystone Heights trailing Eastside 13-0. The Indians now with a 1st down at their 33. As you said, Mike, next Thursday we'll be here for, we had Buchholz last Thursday, Eastside tonight. Next Thursday, Gainesville High.
Yeah, and then the week after that, Gainesville will play Green Cove Springs Clay. So we have a nice string of Thursday night games for you folks here at the Prep Zone.
Trinity Catholic coming in next week to play Gainesville High from Ocala.
Celtics lost a tough one to Florida High of Tallahassee last week. John Brantley, former Gator, back coaching again for the Celtics.
He might be on his, was it 3rd different stint as a head coach at Trinity Catholic? Is it 3rd or 2nd?
If you count as an assistant coach,
Yeah.
it would be, I guess, 3rd, because he was an assistant under Kerwin Bell. Then he became a head coach, led the Celtics to a state title, left, and then has come back last couple years now.
I spent a year at Bellevue as head coach too. Led them into the playoffs. 1st down at the 33. Ulsh under center, 3 backs behind him. And that will be Hosapien again. He gets to around the 38-yard line, gain of about 4 or 5.
I was talking to Chuck Dickinson about the weight room, and first of all, he told me they expect their football players to lift. It's not, okay, if you feel like working out, work out. No, you've got to work out. They've won back-to-back state titles in boys weightlifting, but he said it does 2 things. Number 1, it makes you stronger, but number 2, it's all about competition.
And a 1st down up around the 44. That is not Skank, that is Daniels. PA announcer way off that time. Gain of 6 for Daniels, 1st down at the 44.
But he said, when you compete,
well,
you're not only competing.
Yeah.
When you're in the weight room anyway, you're competing really against yourself. You want to improve your weight.
I think most coaches would expect their guys to be lifting, but yeah, I know what you're saying. 1st down at the 44. Oh, snap on the ground. Ulsh may have fallen on it. Lance Lowry is the weightlifting coach, assistant on the football team as well, assistant coach. Played at Keystone Heights.
Got a chance to talk to him. Well, I said hello anyway to him before the game down on the sideline.
I think he was a head coach 1 year at Interlochen too.
But, that Keystone team last year, they had 15 seniors, and a lot of those guys had played with each other since 7th grade. So they had leaders, they had weightlifters, obviously, guys with high IQs, exceeded expectations, according to Dickinson. Another fumble, but once again, it's picked up there by Ulsh, so able to get some positive yardage that time.
And that time Olsh made something out of it. He gained 4. So it'll be 3rd and 6 coming up for Keystone. Clock running now, 2:47. 3rd and 6, Keystone at their 48.
I'd run a little play action here. I'd take a chance through the air. I mean, they're expecting you to run the football.
Quickly to the line.
Well, that's the problem when you try to take too much time off. They did get the timeout, though, so that saved them 5 yards. But they were running up to the line of scrimmage with 1 second on the play clock.
So first timeout taken for this game. 2:33 to go here in the second quarter. Keystone Heights with 2 remaining. Eastside still has all 3 timeouts remaining. 13-0 Rams leading Keystone Heights. 2 touchdown passes in the first half for Holden Johnson. 1 to Davian Pugh, 4 yards, and another 91 yards to Antonio Wilson.
Yeah, right down the right sideline, man coverage on that play. It was a great call by the Eastside coaching staff.
3rd and 6 again for the Indians at their 48.
Holden Johnson, though, with 5 touchdown passes already after 10 all of last year.
And, well, Olsh under center. They got Eastside to jump that time. So that'll be 3rd and 1 now. That's a big play there. Because now it's a 3rd and short. So 3rd down, let's see, about a yard. Now in Eastside territory at the 47. Up again, the snap's on the ground, and this time Olsh is going to lose yardage. So much for that. They get 5 yards on the offsides. And then Olsh drops the snap. He'll lose 2 back to the 49. Number 50, Jaquez Hill on the stop. So now it's 4th down. 4th and about 3. And Eastside is going to take a timeout. Having a lot of problems snapping the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is there with the communication, because that's at least, 3 or 4 times that it's happened. Fortunately, Olsh has been able to recover each time. But you're looking at 3 yards needed for the first down.
So it'll be a 4th down. Keystone will keep the offense on the field. I think they would here. 4th and 3. Two backs behind Olsh, and now another timeout.
Yeah,
well,
this one by Keystone Heights.
This game was moving quickly. We've had 3 timeouts in about 15 seconds. So as you said, Keystone Heights uses the timeout, 1 remaining.
Well, you can't take them into the locker room, number 1. And number 2, this is a big play. If Eastside holds them here, if they do go for it on 4th down, Eastside's already up 2 scores. 2.5 minutes with the ball midfield is plenty of time to put another score on the board. But I think Keystone making the right decision. Now they've sent the punt team in. So Goodman will be back to punt it from inside his 40. Still a chance, though, for Eastside to have some good field position.
So he'll punt from the 38, Will Goodman. It's off the side of his foot and going to go out of bounds. Wilson was returned way back at the 15, but that, see where the official.
Probably about 35 or so.
Still waiting.
37? 30,
Is that
up
the
to
official?
Wow, up to the 40?
That's the 39. Which official's doing it? That's what I was going to ask, but
Yeah, 39.
39-yard line. So that is a short punt there. That's officially 10 yards. So Eastside will start from their 39, first down with 2:23 to go before halftime.
At quarterback for the Rams, number 12, Holden Johnson.
Rams come out, 2 receivers to each side. Again, the back is Hudson to the right of Holden Johnson. Johnson, quick throw, complete to the 45 to midfield, close to the first down. Deion English, number 6, making the catch. He is 5'5", 140 pounds. And he is about a half yard shy of the first down.
Well, they say big things come in small packages.
Got out of bounds, so the clock stops 2:18. Eastside has 2 timeouts still remaining. Second and inches here from about the 48.5. 2 receivers again each side, one back to the right of Johnson. That is Hudson. Johnson again looks to throw. Throws in the middle, caught, and a first down and more up to the 40 and up to the 39. And it's Antonio Wilson again making the catch. It'll pick up 11 and a first down in Keystone territory at the 39.
Yeah, that's the problem. You left too much time on the clock.
Again, 2 receivers each side. One back is Hudson to the right of Holden Johnson. First down from the 39. Pressure coming. Johnson throws as he hits. He throws it. He still almost completed it to Wilson down inside the 5. Johnson took a hit.
He did. That was Trey Jeffries who sacked him earlier. Laid a lick on him, but Johnson was able to hang long enough in the pocket to at least get rid of it. Almost made the completion.
Yeah, almost did, as you said. .155 to go. Second and 10 from the 39 of Keystone. 2 receivers line up each side. One back to the right of Johnson is Hudson. Johnson looking to throw. Pass caught right at the 30 and close to the first down inside the 30. As that's Pugh again making the catch. Tackled there by number 3, Wyatt Van Zant. Also Brian Breyer Skank, as he is just about a half yard shy of the first down again. So third down, less than 1. Right at the 30. That was a gain of 9. 2 receivers line up each side. The back is Hudson. Hudson breaks 1 tackle, cuts out to his left. Oh, and he don't know about that. First I thought he was going to get it, then he got tripped up, but he's right at the 29, so that is enough for the first down. 1:17 to go, clock stops. Eastside trying to extend this to 19 or 20 to nothing going into the halftime locker room.
Yeah, they have to call a timeout here. That clock was running down. Stops now with 66 seconds to play in the half. But one thing that we've seen out of this Eastside team that you haven't really seen in the last several years is a quarterback like Holden Johnson, who's been in a rhythm on this drive. Passes of 9, 11, and 9 yards. It started at their own 39-yard line, and he's got a chance to put them in the end zone for a third time tonight. He's already thrown 2 touchdown passes, including a 91-yard scoring pass down the right sideline to Antonio Wilson. And he's got, well, at least 4 downs to work with here.
Eastside now with 1 timeout remaining. 2 receivers each side again for Johnson. The running back this time is Chris Bishop. Johnson awaiting the snap. Takes it, looking deep, going to the end zone, and he overthrew Pugh, and he was covered anyway, right at the goal line.
Good coverage that time by Wyatt Van Zant.
That's got to be the Van Zants that are all related to Leonard Skinner. It's Clay County.
You would think there's got to be some in the family tree, you know, you could trace it somehow.
I mean, they all were from Clay County. A lot of them were, too. 2nd and 10 out of that incomplete pass. Clock still at 1:01 to go as game has slowed down here in the last couple minutes. 2 receivers each side again. Bishop the back as Johnson. He looks to throw again over the middle, and it's caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for Antonio Hubbard. What a throw by Holden Johnson. He zipped that across the middle of the field. His 3rd touchdown of the half, and it's now 19-0.
Well, again, Hubbard kind of picking up where he left off, too. He had a couple of touchdown catches against PK Young. He was wide open in the middle of the field, and, you know, it's nice when you got a senior quarterback and Holden Johnson that can put it right on the numbers. As you mentioned, the 3rd touchdown pass of the first half. 2nd consecutive game that Johnson has 3 touchdown passes in the first half.
As you mentioned, Hubbard's 3rd touchdown reception of the season is Dressel, and will not try this extra point. It's Charles Sawyer, and he boots it through. Dressel injured on that last extra point. And with 54.8 to go before the half, Eastside in control, up 20-0 over Keystone Heights. Coming up at the half, we will let you hear from the Eastside band, who will be able to come on the field because it's not raining, like what we saw last week.
Let's hope that the weather will be this nice to us tomorrow night for that Buchholz-Sarasota Riverview game.
Right. So 3 touchdowns passing for Holden Johnson in the first half to 3 different receivers.
Yeah.
Gotta like the way that he's spreading the ball around, too.
And there are different variations. He had almost like a jump 4-yard pass. He had the 91-yard pass down the right sideline, and then a pass across the middle, 29 yards.
Sawyer will kick off. 2 returners back. Sam Olsch. And this will be returnable. Sam Olsch at the 10. Up to the 20. Making tackle to the 30. Ooh, it takes a big hit. Right around the 31. 48.7 seconds left. Keystone Heights with 1 timeout remaining. And they'll start the drive from their 31 down 20-0.
Yeah, honestly, you run the football here. Just run out the clock. Don't fumble the football. Got to take care of it here. But you go into the locker room down 3 scores. You're going to get the football first to start the second half.
At 8:20, first half, 8:19, taking nearly an hour. Started right around 7:20. Olsch under center. And there's a handoff up to the 40. Look out to midfield. 45, 40. That might change some things. Down to the 35. That is Osapian. Biggest play of the game so far for Keystone Heights. And he really nothing out of the ordinary there. They ran it up the middle. And Osapian picks up a gain of 34 to the Eastside 35. Now clock is running. 35 seconds left. They do have a timeout. First down, Keystone at the east side, 35, and I think this would be, and this time Osapian is met and driven backwards, and he's going to lose about 3. What a play that time by number 34 for Eastside. Keystone going to have to use the timeout. Cornelius Perkins, the senior, making another hit. And with 20.1 seconds left, Keystone will have to call their final timeout. Loss of 2, it'll be 2nd and 12.
And again, the only problem here is that you're not a passing team, and you're going to have to throw the football in order to get in the end zone.
And they really haven't been able to run the ball that effectively either against Eastside. I think this is the first drive They started one drive in Eastside territory after the turnover, the backwards pass fumble. I think this is only the second time they've been into Eastside territory. 2nd and 12 coming up.
Yeah, if you remember, they started one drive at the 49 of Eastside, but ended up having to punt. Three and out.
Yeah, you're right. This is really a tough spot for a team like Keystone who doesn't throw it. I think, as was Ulstride, one pass in this first half, maybe two.
Yeah.
He's under center, 2 backs behind him on 2nd and 12. Now he's going to throw it this time. Looking back the other way. Oh, my goodness. Nearly intercepted at the 35.
Eastside knew it, too. There was nothing but green grass and white stripes in front of him. That could have been a pick, should have been a pick 6.
That is a touchdown.
He's got to do some push-ups now because he didn't grab it.
Brandon Perry, the junior, the crowd likes that. You're right. He is going to the end zone if he catches that. So pass incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 12, but clock is at 15 seconds. 3rd and about 13, actually, for Keystone. Not only that, you have an inexperienced quarterback trying to throw it. As this time a handoff goes to Sapien, and he will get off right tackle up to around the 32. This is going to run the clock down, and
that'll be it, unless who called a timeout?
Keystone didn't have one. Eastside had one, but why would they? Well, the clock stopped at 7.4 to go. Well, they did have one left. I swear they used 3 already. I thought they used 2 on defense, but they did have one remaining apparently.
I mean, you just have to throw it towards the end zone.
Can he get it down there, though? We haven't seen if he can throw the – so far he's tried a couple screen passes.
Remember, they don't have their quarterback that they had last year. He decided not to play football.
Yeah, 7.4 to go. And, again, I said earlier, yes, that was Connor Guy who was the quarterback last year. But he attempted 38 passes the whole season, 12 games. Completed 15. I think he had two touchdowns. So, yeah, there are not a lot of options. Actually, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He had 2 interceptions on defense, too. Ball is at the Eastside 32. It's 4th and 7, but that's not really the story here. Is Keystone going to need to try and throw it down to the end zone with 7.4 to go. Ben Ulsh, the junior, under center. 2 receivers line up left, 2 backs behind him. Ulsh rolling left. He's looking, throwing up in the air, and that is going to be incomplete at the 10. Nearly intercepted, and there were about 3 green shirts and about 1 white shirt in that area right at the 10. That is the end of the first half, as that is broken up down there by DJ Anderson to end the first half. So all Eastside in the first half here tonight at Citizens Field. They lead Keystone Heights 20-0. And we will have the halftime show coming up. Let you listen to the Eastside Band. Along with Mike Rideout, I'm Marty Paulman. Our executive producer is Philip Crutchfield. Halftime coming up here from Citizens Field in Gainesville.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we don't do shout-outs, but I must do a shout-out to the Eastside High School fans that are in this stadium tonight. We thank you so much for supporting Eastside football. Entering the stadium from the north end zone is your Eastside High School marching band. Band is led on the field by seniors Mary Ann Armstrong and senior drum major Holden Johnson. Gentlemen, tonight the Eastside High School Marching Band is proud to debut their opener of its 2022 field show performance. This performance is entitled Transformation. Once again, the band is led on the field by senior drum major Holden Johnson and Mary Ann Armstrong. Our band director is Mr. Hughes. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big welcome to the East Side, the Best Side High School Marching Band. It's showtime.
Welcome back to Citizens Field here in Gainesville as we get ready for the second half. And the first half, all Eastside. They lead Keystone Heights by a score of 20-0. Along with Mike Rideout, I'm Marty Paulman. Philip Crutchfield, our executive producer tonight. And looking at the first half scoring summary, Eastside got on the board on their opening drive. Holden Johnson, his first of 3 touchdown passes. This was a 4-yard toss, kind of underhand toss to Davion Pugh right at the goal line. Eastside led 6-0. They missed the extra point there. 9:41 to go in the first. Then that was all the scoring in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, after a holding penalty, put Eastside at their own 9. Holden Johnson, 91-yard touchdown pass down the right sideline to Antonio Wilson. He beats the Keystone defender by a couple steps. That made it 13-0, 6:55 to go before halftime. And then the Rams get back on the board right before the half on Holden Johnson's third touchdown pass of the half. This time a 29-yard bullet across the middle to Antonio Hubbard. That made it 20-0 with the extra point good. And that is our score at halftime. Eastside 20, Keystone Heights nothing.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the touchdown passes. You look on that first drive, he had a 24-yard run on 3rd down and 3. And then on the next play, hooked up with Johnson, or Wilson rather, on a 33-yard pass to put him inside the 5-yard line. And then on their third touchdown, the 29-yard touchdown pass to Hubbard, he had passes of 9, 11, and 9 yards on the drive. So he's been able to do even the little things on top of the 3 touchdown passes tonight. Again, 10 touchdown passes all of last year, 6 already through not even 2 games yet this season. Got to be excited if you're an Eastside Ram.
And I know, not to throw cold water on that or to douse it, but of course, you win tonight, you're 2-0, but guess who waits next week? And it's going to be a little bit different game against that Buchholz defense. But you got to like the way that that Holden Johnson is playing. Again, a senior. He's been a 4-year starter. He's got some guys to throw to. You could tell him and Hubbard already have a good hookup there. Hubbard coming over from Hawthorne in the offseason.
Buchholz may be next on the schedule, but Gainesville's at the end of the season. And I'm liking Eastside's chances right now. I know it's early, but after seeing what Gainesville did in their game last Saturday.
Caught at the 17-yard line. That was an up back Vernell Jackson as Sawyer kicks off to Keystone Heights to begin the second half. The Indians will start this drive from their 24 as we start the second half, down 20-0.
Once again, thanks to the Eastside sponsors for their support and helping us make this game possible here for you to watch at no charge. Thanks to the EHS class of 2021, ATF, Swamp Religion, Bama Soul Food, Mount Carmel Church, and Tracy Coward Johnson Foundation.
All right, Keystone Heights first down. Ben Ulsh, the quarterback, under center. 3 backs behind him. He'll hand it off, and again, nowhere for Landon Hosapian to go. He had that long run in the last minute of the second quarter, which got Keystone Heights down inside the Eastside 40. But then a couple incomplete passes, one at the goal line to end the first half, one at the 10 actually. And this time Hosapian will lose 2 on first down back to the 21.
Well, the problem with being a one-dimensional team is Eastside can stack the line of scrimmage and force them to pass the football.
Yeah, we have seen Ben Elsh attempt 3 passes, 2 on that last drive, and one of them was nearly picked off. It would have been a pick 6 if it had been caught. Well, let's see.
That's, I think, going to be offsides on Eastside. I don't know if Keystone moved, but let's see.
Must have been something on
the
change on the count. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Keystone did flinch.
Again, not a lot of penalties in the first half. Kind of even each side. Pretty quick first half. Back to the 16-yard line. And it'll be a 2nd and 17.
Mario Mitchell trying to time that snap.
Elsh will roll right. He looks to throw this time. Oh, that's nearly intercepted again at the 20. Looks like 25. That is Jeremiah Williams. And again, Williams cutting in front of a route and over at around the 20-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and long. They need to get to the 33. So 3rd and about 17. And this is not at all a down Keystone Heights wants to be in yardage situation.
No, and not a spot on the field they want to be in either, because if they don't pick up a first down here, Eastside's going to have the ball in Keystone territory, and this game could get out of hand quickly in the second half.
Well, there's a nice run, 20, 25, 30. It's a first down. Picking it up that time all the way down to the 40. That is big Carter Daniel once again. And how about on the left side? He picks up 23 on 3rd and 17. That's a big play. Keeps the drive going. Keystone Heights at their 39.
Yeah, everybody just, that's what happens sometimes when you spread the field. He had man coverage on the left side and was able to get by the defender. Nice big gain. 23-yard gain.
Eastside 1-0 won their opener last Saturday at PK Young, 48-21. This is the first game of the season for Keystone Heights here in week 2. First down at the 39. Again, Elsh under center, 3 backs behind him. This will be a handoff to Osapian again. It goes off right tackle, an inside handoff. And he picks up about 5. So 2nd and 5. Good gain there up to the 44.
I don't think he's listening tonight, but he could end up watching the archives. So I want to say a special hello to Keystone Heights alum Chuck Dowling, who's been checking in for updates.
Yeah, I haven't been hearing from him yet. He actually said, feel free to mention Keystone Heights alum Chuck Dowling blowing the phones up looking for any and all game updates. 2nd and 5. And straight up the middle, still dragging tacklers and following his blocker past midfield. It's a first down. Again, that time the carry for Skank. Right at midfield, gain of 11, first down. Pardon me, gain of 6. That's first down.
That was the offensive line doing the work that time.
First down at midfield. This time Daniels will get tripped
Ball
up.
Came out.
Yeah.
I think they're going to say he was down.
Yeah, Carter Daniels, short gain on that play. Actually, it looks like they get about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
But Keystone Heights, a team that, again, run-oriented, we know. They like to out-physical you. Now, last year, they lost 3,600 yards rushing and 50 touchdowns. Dalton Hollingsworth, Logan Williams, Tyler Jenkins, Cade Sanders, they all had 660 yards or more. Hollingsworth had 1,300 yards. All those guys are gone. They played both ways, but last year they got their rest on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, they're on the field playing defense, but because they ran 4 and 5 deep, and Coach Dickinson said he let them have their own rotation. He said unless somebody had a hot hand that he would make a change or make sure that guy stayed in the game. But he let those running backs decide when they would want to come in and play. So that gave them a lot of rest because of their depth. But depth is a concern this year for Keystone Heights.
Yeah, and they like to use a lot of different running backs. We've seen in this game 3-4 different guys with carries. 3rd down and 8. And nearly offsides, and he did go offsides. So 5 more yards for Keystone Heights is on that right end. Claude Whitford, number 44, the junior defensive end, went offsides.
Puts them in a very manageable 3rd down now.
Yeah, this is one where they can definitely run the ball on 3rd and 3 as it's moved up to the east side 43-yard line.
And I think it's 4-down territory, down 20-0. We've already seen Chuck Dickinson go for it on his own, 24-yard line early in the game.
Picked up a first down. This is actually going to be closer to 4, 3rd and 4. Clock already under 8 minutes here, 3rd quarter. 7:52 and running. Under center, Elsh with fullback, 2 backs behind him. Delayed handoff, and that is going to be near the first down off right tackle. Once again for Briar Skank. Here's some college football scores from opening night. Halftime, Tennessee 38, Ball State 0. Vols are off to a good start there. UCF 28-3 over South Carolina State. West Virginia and Pittsburgh are 10-10 at the half. Penn State leading Purdue 7-3. Busy night, college football tonight. It's
Big
the
play
first big
here.
weekend. Yep. 4th down and 1, they're going to go for it, of course. And as they came up a yard short on 3rd and 3, and looks like they got the first down past the 40. That was a down and distance in the part of the field where you definitely go for it there.
Well, I don't know about the spot.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a good spot at all. I think he was past the 40. That down marker is past the 40. That's going to be close.
Yeah, it appeared that he had the first down. It looked like he crossed the 40. Now, whether the ball crossed the 40, I don't know. But that's where they put it down at, and I'm not sure if he got it. Let's see when they bring in the chains. Philip Crutchfield, our executive producer, going to zoom in on this measurement.
Pryor Skank was the ball carrier there.
Nice look there,
Hey,
Philip.
got it. Well,
No.
yep.
Nose of the football, he got it, yes.
Eastside coaches.
Look
on
how
the
close
field.
it was. Wow.
Oh, yeah. That's and the nose of that ball is on the 40. You're right. Just needed to get to the 40. Eastside coaches, of course, signaling the other way, but to no avail. The drive will continue. First down at the Eastside 40.
Official told Coach Hoskins, in fact, he gave him just like an inch. He said he just got it.
Clock running under 7 minutes, third quarter.
This drive began on the 23-yard line.
And again, Olsz drops the snap. He picks it up, and he tries to get as much as he can. Looks like he did get a couple yards to the 38. Once again, having problems with the snap as Keystone Heights as a player slow to get up. He says little or no gain, but it's about 2 yards.
He got 2. That's a little gain.
Yeah. Well, that's going to bring us to the water break. 6:31 to go. Third quarter. And Keystone Heights trying to get on the board. They are driving inside Eastside territory with Eastside leading 20-0. This drive has already taken 5.5 minutes. And here again lies the problem for Keystone Heights. They just don't have a big play offense. They can't throw the ball. So looks like we have an injured Eastside player. And that is Jeremiah Williams being helped off the field.
Looking ahead for both of these teams, we mentioned that Eastside will play Buchholz here next week. We'll have live video. Also, the game will be broadcast on local radio, 106.9 FM, I Am Country. Keystone Heights, meanwhile, after tonight, they will be in action. Let's see, I had it, lost it. Stand by. They are playing at Fort White next Friday night.
It's going to be a tough one, too. Fort White hosting Newberry tomorrow night, hoping to avoid an 0-2 start. They lost their opener last week to Taylor County. Receiver lining up right, and now they're trying to run up player off the field, Daniels, and did he get off the field? Well, they're going to get a timeout first. Chuck Dickinson not happy with that. 2nd and 8, and they use the timeout, so 2 remaining with 6:11 to go here, third quarter. It just got a water break, too. You don't want to use a timeout coming in off of a break like that, a timeout.
Jonathan Davis, who's done a lot of coaching in this area, tweeted. After I posted the Eastside 20-0 lead and Holden Johnson's 3 touchdown passes, he said the heir apparent of a star of QB1. Yeah, when Anthony Richardson was quarterback, cameras, I don't know how many were. Philip, you could probably tell us what that was like to have, we'll wait till this play, but I'd like to get your thoughts on what it was like to have all that attention for Anthony Richardson.
Left right tackle Skank to the 35. It'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Hey, good evening, guys. Happy to be here with you with the Prep Zone. I think he probably said that because I think after Anthony was injured, he wound up being the star of the season, and they continued to follow the team and followed Holden Johnson for the remaining few games. I think they covered a total of 6 games. 3 of those may have been with Holden Johnson.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I saw that show. But Spencer Rattler got injured, and the backup comes in, and you're right, they are the QB1. They are the star of the show now. It's like you kind of wonder about if some guys are used to that or just, but
I think we had a motion there.
Yep, legal procedure.
Yeah, so instead of a 3rd and 4, you're now looking at a 3rd and 9.
Fun to be out tonight at an Eastside game. Spent the last 12 years at Eastside, so happy to be producing for the Prep Zone now, the hardest working guys in sports.
I thought we just had the water break, but apparently somebody had called a timeout, so now we're having the water break.
I think they just had the double injury, the Eastside player, and Keystone had a guy slow that he went down right on the sideline.
All right, 5:33 to go, 3rd quarter. Keystone Heights facing a 3rd and almost 10 at the 40 of Eastside.
But down 20-0, you're not a passing team. This is 4-down territory for the Indians.
This is the type of drive Keystone wanted all night. They've eaten up half this quarter.
Yeah, 6.5 minutes so far.
6.5 minutes, and they're only at the 40. Eastside facing a 3rd down and almost 10.
Thirteenth play of the drive.
Osh will go under center again. 2 backs behind him. Actually 3 as handoff off.
I think we got a fumble here.
Yeah, and Eastside says they have it, and the official agrees.
Number 9, Charlie Sawyer.
Charlie Sawyer coming up with a fumble, the carry from Trey Jeffries, and he was only got about 2 or 3. It would have been 4th down, but Eastside forces the turnover. First turnover of the game for Keystone Heights, and the 13-play drive that took 6.5 minutes, more than that, comes to an end with a fumble.
Two longtime Rams having a good night, Charlie Sawyer and Holden Johnson. Charlie Sawyer's legacy brother, Will Sawyer, is a walk-on for the Gators. So Sawyer family's been with us for a long time. Dad's the head soccer coach at Eastside. That's why Charlie's your backup quarterback.
Right, and he's been kicking tonight too, with Dressel being injured. So the Rams take over, excuse me, from their 39.
Well, that makes that even more painful to be able to burn 6.5 minutes plus off the clock and not come away with any
there
points.
There goes Hudson down the sideline. Flag down, though, back behind him. Nice run.
Almost a
down inside the Keystone 30. That's going to come back probably.
I was wondering if there was going to be a horse collar there at the end, but I thought the ref reached for his flag, but he put it back.
And Gator Hoskins on the field signaling, come on back. Flag is at the 45-yard line. That was a gain of 35 yards for Micah Hudson, but unfortunately it'll get wiped out.
You see Coach Hoskins talking about that tackle, thinking it was also a horse collar too, so he was hoping for offsetting.
To no avail that time.
You wonder, Marty, if this is the point in the game where playing both ways is going to catch up with Keystone. So offense was real fresh there. He got to the edge pretty quick.
Right. Yeah, and you're right. At some point, the Eastside just has the numbers that can wear you down, or wear Keystone down. It's only 75, I say, but the humidity's still at 90%. And again, knock on wood, we have not had any precipitation since the game started. Again, the official signaling for the Eastside bench to back up. Sideline. Back to their 35, first down and 14.
First time tonight, Eastside showing that power look.
And there's a pitch left side to Bishop. He's got room, 40, 45, and he's going to get hit at the 45. But a good gain of about 10 on the 1st and 14, so he gets back all of that yardage and more. Right at the 45, it'll be 2nd and 4. Bishop has been kind of quiet tonight. It's been mostly Hudson running the ball.
Looking back at the PK game last week, he did his damage in the second half, so maybe that's the formula. Start him off fast and hit him with the hammer in the second half.
He is in the backfield here on 2nd and 4. Johnson going to pitch it again deep to his right. He looks around right side, and this time he's not going to get anything. Back to the line of scrimmage. Keystone Heights stands up Bishop. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Got to be impressed with the Keystone effort tonight.
Yeah.
Even being down, they're still running hard to the ball.
And a big 3rd down and 4 coming up with 4.5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. You got to get a stop here if you want to have any chance of getting back in the game, because you also could even potentially be looking at a running clock if Eastside were to score a couple more touchdowns. They need 15 points to get there.
3rd down and about 4 for Eastside at their 45.
So a big play for both sides right here.
2 receivers line up each side. Bishop the back to the right of Holden Johnson, who takes the snap.
Delay a game, I think.
Yeah, it is. The play clock was
very
0.
costly right there.
It's odd. We've got down on the end by the flagpole. There's a 16. Then on the far end by the scoreboard, it was a 0. So we're having
a discrepancy.
A discrepancy on the 25-second clock.
Huh. Well, and that's exactly where Johnson's looking. He's looking to that south end zone.
Yeah.
And the other play clock was at 0 in the north end zone. But
and you can see now only one is working, the one by the scoreboard. So hopefully the referees are mindful of that.
3rd and 9 after the 5-yard penalty. Johnson rolls left. Now back to his right, back at the 30. Now he'll run a little bit. He's in trouble behind him. He's going to lob one, incomplete.
Oh, very dangerous.
46. Yeah.
After the tip, Daniels could have picked it.
Wilson was in and out of the hands of Hubbard, but yes, Carter Daniels was right there on the sideline and could have intercepted it. So Eastside will have to punt it away. Charles Sawyer will come out to punt from about the 28-yard line.
Even on a broken down play like that, you can tell how much Holden Johnson's grown up. In the past, maybe that was a throw across the middle for an interception, but the game seems to have slowed down for him.
Yeah, it does. And we saw that really kind of on that first touchdown pass, that 4-yard touchdown pass that he made when he took off to run, and then kind of a jump pass into the end zone for his first score of the night. Another flag for a delay of game.
It's the clock, yeah, again.
One clock is working, the other one is not. But Eastside has the play clock that's working to their back.
And apparently the officials don't care about that. They keep penalizing them.
Remember, the official clock is kept on the field at all times, too.
Right.
But there is a clock operator that is part of the crew, so he's got to be able to notify them that they've got a technical difficulty. Mm-hmm. So hopefully that's being communicated.
Oh, high snap. Sawyer will have to come back and get it. Short kick, wobbly end over end, and it's going to go sideways and roll dead at the 49. The returner back was Sam Elsh, but that was well short of him. And again, a high snap. Sawyer's kick pretty short that time. And Keystone Heights will start at their own 49, 3:46 to go, 3rd quarter, trailing 20-0. No scoring so far in the second half. It was 20-0 at the half.
And this is only the second possession for Keystone in the second half. They had that long, consuming drive, if you will. They get to the 39 and it stalled. They fumbled the football, but they ran a bunch of plays, ran a lot of time off the clock, but came up empty.
First down at the 49. Ben Elsh under center. Fullback and 2 running backs behind him. Daniels gets the carry again. He'll get to around the 46. Gain of 3 on first down. Or gain of 4, pardon me. Now we have an injured player down. That's Daniels. Actually, he's slow to get up. He will get up on his feet. Actually, about 5 there. Sorry.
Looking like that's maybe 3 back-to-back cramps in a row, 1 for Eastside, 2 for Keystone. So it's getting late in the game on it's not that hot of a night, but the humidity at the field level is still there.
And also don't forget, even though it looks good with the naked eye, there's still spots on that field that are still kind of cut up pretty good.
Another drop snap.
And this time Elsh is going to be knocked backwards. Lost a yard on that play, so now it'll be 3rd down and close to 6. Having a lot of problems with the snap there in the last couple of quarters. 2:43, clock is running here, 3rd quarter.
Wonder if any of that is because the ground is wet. Maybe they're having a hard time getting a handle on the ball.
Yeah.
It seems to be dry between the hashes. It looks a little swampier outside the hash marks, but we have had just enough rain in this field. It holds water. They need a good week of dry weather on this field.
Yeah, I'm not going to get that right now. It rained hard last night over the weekend. 3rd and 5 and
yeah, movement on the left side of the offensive line.
No, Keystone. Well, they said they got a timeout, but
looked like number 82 jumped for Keystone.
It's going to be 3rd and 10 now. Back to the 49.
And that's what you guys have been talking about all night. That's not the down and distance that Keystone wants. It's not conducive to their style of play.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, they have picked it up more than their fair share on 3rd and long.
3rd and 10 from the 49. Under center Elst, 3 backs behind him. Oh my goodness! Oh,
that hit!
Ha man! Is that Anderson? DJ Anderson?
That is Mario
18.
Mitchell.
I don't know why he said number 12. Yeah, Mario Mitchell. He hit him right up the middle. And that was a loss of a yard. 4th down, and Keystone might think about, they're going to punt. Minute 25 here in the 3rd.
I think the fans probably heard that last hit through our headsets. It was a loud pop.
Mitchell. So at the 20, Hubbard to return. The punter, Jaden Goodman at the 35. Another flag. That's a
substitution, illegal.
And again, we still have a discrepancy on the field clock. The clock Keystone's looking at says 25 seconds. The clock on the behind their back says 2 seconds. So yes, I still think there's some confusion there, maybe even on a substitution with how much time do we have actually going in and out of a play.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the refs get that solved for them.
Well,
Hubbard up to the 30 now.
Yep. Goodman from the 30 as well.
But they've been kicking away from him all night.
Yeah, directly out of bounds.
I think they saw that the first return down the sideline and made a business decision not to kick to him. He's got a good first step.
Mm-hmm.
This drive will start. They're Eastside at
it's like the 35, 36 yard line.
35. 46.2 to go. Here in the 3rd quarter. Eastside's 2nd drive of the period.
It's like number 5, Micah Hudson's back in the backfield.
First down with the 35. 3 receivers right, 1 left. As you said, Hudson the back. In motion goes Hubbard. He will take the carry around left side. 35, 40. There he goes down the sideline to the 40, 30, and he will go out of bounds. What do they call him out? Well, it's a long run for Hubbard. First down.
I think you got an injured Keystone Indian down there by the cheerleading section as well.
Actually, they're going to mark it back at the 40.
Yeah, yep, that's where the official was looking for him. I couldn't find him.
At 25, looked like at least about a 40-yard run, but he stepped out of bounds.
Well, he gets the first down, but you're right.
It's like they're continuing to play. The injury is out of bounds, so they're dealing with that on the sideline. I didn't get a number on that.
First down Eastside, back in Keystone territory at the 40. Now another flag comes in. Another delay of game. See, again, as you said, Philip, the play clock says 4 down here.
Yeah.
It says 0 in the other end zone. And the thing is, see, I don't know. You said that they keep it on the field, but how does the player know when the official keeps it on the field that it's about to be a delay of game?
Right.
Yeah.
The white hat umpire is supposed to signal to them. They may just need to shut it down for the night. I'm not sure. I think they can separate the clock system from the play clock, so they may need to do that if they can't get it resolved.
So after the delay of game, 1st and 15 at the 45. 3 receivers right, 1 left, 1 back as Johnson looking to go deep again to the left sideline, and that is caught.
Wow, what a catch.
At the 5-yard line. What are they?
Hey,
oh, this
no,
official
they're
says
saying him out of
incomplete.
bounds.
How is the official down here making that call? Oh, my goodness. Well, it was close. Was that Pugh again?
I think so.
Yeah. Boy, that would have been a heck of a catch. Instead, it's incomplete. 28.5 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
The line judge overruled the back judge, who the back judge was, within 5 yards of the play.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
all right. Well, 2nd and 15, incomplete. That pass was right around the 5-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left for Holden Johnson. Flag comes in. For whatever we had in the first half with no penalties, they've decided to make up for it the second half. Clock stops, 26 seconds to go in the 3rd. Is this a sideline warning again? Nope.
False
Legal
start.
procedure. False start. Huh.
you could tell there was a little timing issue there. The back went to set his block a little late, so there was something slightly off, so it must have been a jump.
Eastside will take a timeout here, 2 remaining with 26 seconds left in the 3rd, leading 20-0. And no scoring so far here in the second half. Eastside led at the half 20-0.
Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, we've got Buchholz in Sarasota Riverview. 7:30 game will be on the air at 7 o'clock with our pregame coverage. You can listen to it at 106.9 FM. I Am Country. You can also listen to it online at iamcountryradio.com, or you can watch the game on the Prep Zone YouTube channel. Multiple ways to get the game on Friday night. Let's just hope we've got football. We were fortunate tonight with the weather.
We just passed over 200 subscribers just in our first, our 3rd attempt at a game.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in and subscribing. Don't forget, if you are watching the game but haven't subscribed, if you subscribe, you'll get updates when we start the broadcast.
2nd down and 20. Johnson going deep again, and this time it's caught. Down at the 15, and guess who? It's Antonio Wilson again, and now he's maybe cramped there. He made the catch at the 15 right in front of Wyatt Van Zandt. And a pickup of 35 there.
Wilson, the taller player, 6 foot on the play, was just able to go up and get it that time against a smaller defender. 35-yard pass play.
Antonio Wilson, if you guys recall from our football hour show 2 weeks ago, he was my pick of the year for Eastside to be a standout player. I may have to go back and revisit looking at Hubbard, but Antonio Wilson, when he first came to Eastside, thought he was going to be the next guy. Suffered a knee injury the week prior to his freshman season in fall camp. So it kind of took him 2 years to get back. Some guys heal a little quicker, and it just took him that bit of time to get comfortable on that leg. So I'm glad to see he's made a full recovery, and he's making plays now for the Rams.
He is up on his own now. Well, nope, going to get helped off. Got to think that's a cramp.
Don't forget, I'll have a recap of tonight's game at mainstreetdailynews.com. Also a recap of tomorrow night's Buchholz game.
That's got to be roughly, 130 yards for him with the 90-yard pass earlier. Yeah. So he's over 100 yards receiving for Wilson. Solid night.
I think him and Hubbard are both over 100. Hubbard's got to be close to it. So first down at the 15. Eastside can nearly put this one away here. The last 10 seconds of the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers each side for Holden Johnson. The running back is Micah Hudson, now down to 5 seconds. Johnson looks to throw, pressure now coming, has the receiver open at the 10, breaks a tackle, 5 and into the end zone, touchdown Eastside. That's a nice play all around by Jamal Dix, number 20. Caught it at the 10, did a spin move, a couple of tacklers, and he is in the end zone, and Eastside right before the third quarter ends gets back on the board.
How about 4 touchdown passes tonight for Holden?
Just a solid night. Pressure in his face, stood tall, set his feet as best he could, and elevated the ball over a defender to hit that little in route, and then a nice run through defenders to finish it off.
Extra point, low by Sawyer, and
I think it was blocked.
Yeah, you're right, it was blocked. So it'll stay at 26-0.
But that was the final play of the third quarter.
It was. So Eastside does get on the board again in this quarter. They've scored in every period so far, and they have kept Keystone off the board as we head to the fourth quarter. It's 26-0, Eastside over Keystone Heights. And you're watching tonight's game from Citizens Field in Gainesville on the Prep Zone. Eastside scored the last minute of the second quarter, and they score in the last play of the third quarter. And the lead is 26-0 as we have the fourth quarter getting underway. Sawyer to kick off. We'll switch ends again. The Keystone Heights will go left to right towards the south end zone. And this game has been all Eastside Rams tonight. They're in their home opener at Citizens Field. Sawyer into a kick. It is returnable with Sam Elsh to the 10, 15, breaks a tackle, 20, still going on the sideline, and he's hit from behind right about the 30-yard line. A tackle there by Jaquan Lewis, number 15. Marty Paulman, Mike Rideout with you. Philip Crutchfield also, our executive producer. Sorry, I had to stretch. Oh, boy. So the Indians, at this point, probably need to just figure out a way to get on the scoreboard.
I want to give you guys an update on Antonio Wilson tonight. He has, in fact, we knew he went over 100 yards, but I've got him with 4 catches for 170 yards.
Wow, that's a big night. You can see he's was a track star last year, making it to the state finals for hurdles. And you can see that speed, and that speed training has paid off.
Yeah.
He's still running up to the line this time. Actually, had a different quarterback in there. That was number 11, Baylor Ford, a freshman. Oh, and they got a false start, or a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, far side line judge threw the flag.
Those catches tonight by Wilson, 33, 91, 11, and 35 yards.
Yeah, he set some big plays tonight. That last catch setting up the touchdown to Jamal Dix. 91-yarder really kind of broke this game open. The second quarter made it 13-0. This is Baylor Ford under center, a freshman quarterback. And much like Ben Elsh, he's handing the ball off. Because that time it's Van Zant on the carry off left tackle.
And Coach Dickinson did say that in certain run packages, he would be putting his freshman quarterback in the game. I think at this point, kind of conceding the game.
Yeah.
Eastside with a very comfortable lead. We're already in the fourth quarter now.
Well, you can use this time as a coach to gain experience.
Yeah.
You're working on execution.
Yeah, not throwing in the towel by any means, but
kids are still playing hard. It's a young group, and that's the ups and downs, and that's why we love high school football.
2nd and 12. Ford hands off right tackle up to the 33. Goes Briar Skank. It'll be 3rd and 7 coming up for Keystone Heights at the 33. This is a good crowd for Thursday. Pretty good crowd for a Saturday.
Especially given the earlier weather forecast, which wound up being a nice little breeze up here in the press box.
Yeah.
No complaints from my end.
Down in the 70s, low 70s. A little humid, but a nice breeze. Hopefully tomorrow night you guys will have a similar weather for Buchholz and Sarasota Riverview. 3rd and 7. And Van Zant cuts out to his left, and he's going to get tackled. Tripped up after a short loss on the play. And a good tackle there again. Claude Whitford, number 44, making the hit. And let's say no gain. It'll be 4th down. Actually lost a yard, 4th and 8. And looks like, again, the punter will be on the field. Goodman will come out to punt it away.
Eastside defense still has a lot of juice, dancing with the band. They're fired up for the scoreboard.
Sophomore Dejon Johnson in the game to receive this punt.
Eastside Rams last 2 years won a combined 3 games. They're about to be 2-0 here in 2022.
And 2-0 for the first time since 2009.
Oh, and they fumbles the punt there. And the ball's still on the ground. And it's going to be fallen out by Sawyer. Charles Sawyer, who's in there on the punt return.
Two heads up loose ball plays by Sawyer tonight. That Eastside's looking to close this game out. That would have left the door open for Keystone.
Yeah, it was Dejon Johnson, as you said, Mike, who put the ball on the ground, and Sawyer fell on it at the 38. But, yeah, Eastside last playoff appearance, 2018. Under said Daniels, they were 7-4, lost the opening round at Nature Coast Tech. 1-9 in 2016, 1-10 in 2015. Did make the playoffs where they lost to Clay. And their last playoff appearance before that, 6-6 in 2012. Won a district title under Jeff Parker. Won a first-round game, lost the second round to Dade City Pasco. So it's been an up and down 10 years.
Now, another thing you have to consider is the fact that this is Keystone's first game. This is Eastside's second game in 5 days.
That's right. They played Saturday. As slow to get up this time is Bishop.
So they're going to get some much-needed rest as they get ready for the big win against Buchholz next week.
Yeah, they'll have an extra day. Buchholz playing tomorrow night. See if that helps. 9:20 to go, fourth quarter. Timeout as Bishop is down on the field. This is not something you want to see.
It's kind of an awkward handoff there from Johnson. It looked like Johnson was trying to pull it. Bishop closed down and took the ball, but maybe stepped awkwardly. So hopefully he's okay. I did speak to the administration at Eastside about that PK Young game when they were doing the negotiations for that. PK was trying to have it done on a Monday. Obviously, with the Thursday game, Eastside was pretty adamant that, hey, we've got to get this game done, and so they opted for the early time on Saturday to get the game in. So I was glad to see that both schools could come to an agreement.
Well, that's kind of the situation we were in last Thursday. I mean, Buchholz and Columbia, you didn't know if they were going to play because of the field, but the next night there was supposed to be a game here. Now, as it turned out, there wasn't. But if they weren't going to play here on Thursday, they either got to go to Lake City Friday or play here on Saturday. As Bishop is up, and he is limping a bit.
Looked like the trainer was addressing his ankle, so fortunately not a knee, and he is able to walk off under his own power, so that's always a good sign.
Bishop lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 coming up.
Eastside's starting to sprinkle in some younger guys now. So good to see them getting some experience on a night where the scoreboard's in your favor.
2nd and 11. Holden Johnson still in at quarterback. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Back this time. And takes a pitch on right side to the 40, 45 to midfield. There he goes. That is Joshua Benjamin, I believe, heading to the end zone for the touchdown. Number 8. Yep, that's who it is.
affectionately known by Eastside fans as Benji.
Benji, man, he gets his first carry, and how about that? He goes 64 yards officially to the house, and it's all Rams, 32-0.
Yeah, once he got to the secondary, oh, we got a flag, though. I didn't see it initially. It's on the far side of the field at the 25-yard line.
That must have been after the score, though, right? Oh, really? They're going to come all the way back here now.
Looks like Coach was speaking to number 20. Is it Jamel Dix?
Yeah. Yes, Jamal Dix.
Maybe an away from the play, unneeded play penalty. So hate to see a young man's touchdown taken away if the block didn't affect the play.
That's his first carry of the game. He's Benjamin in pretty much in relief here late in the game. But we're going to come all the way back. Well, actually, it's going to be at the Keystone 41. So it will be a first down. It's a 15-yard spot foul. 8:56 left here in the fourth quarter. So we stay at 26-0.
Costly personal foul there.
You know, I might think about even sitting Holden Johnson, but I don't know if there's a backup at this point. Oh, Sawyer is, right?
It's Antonio Wilson.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a problem. I haven't seen him come back, has he?
So he's playing offense, defense, and he is the backup quarterback.
Yeah.
They do have a young freshman, but I think they're getting him ready for the JV season.
This time a pitch around left side, and they tried Benjamin again. This time no gain.
And 10 for the Rams. Ball is still at the 41-yard line.
Second and 10 coming up from the 41.
Seems like Eastside's leaning more towards the running game at this point. Maybe leaving Johnson in just to call the run plays as the clock winds down, but getting some young guys around him some reps.
Well, this time the clock in the north end zone is nearly at 0, so Eastside going to have to take a timeout. One remaining for the Rams, but they're in control. 26-0 with 8 minutes to go, fourth quarter.
And tonight was a chance for Eastside to go to 2-0, but there's a bunch of teams that are trying to avoid an 0-2 start, including some teams that are going head-to-head with 0-1 records. Tomorrow night over in Lake Butler, Lake City, Columbia will travel to Union County. Both teams are 0-1. Also in Trenton tomorrow night, you've got two first-year coaches. Both teams are 0-1. Trenton taking on Dixie County. Against Dixie County. That game will be audio streamed online at mainstreetdailynews.com. Other teams that are looking to avoid an 0-2 start. Well, we thought PK Young, but apparently there's still COVID going on.
Yep.
Not a bad week to get COVID with Hawthorne on the schedule.
That's true.
Right.
They got to play him anyway, though.
Yeah.
3 weeks from now. So
That joke's in poor taste. I should take that back.
Gainesville also, trying to avoid an 0-2 start.
It's going to be a tough one to Bishop Moore tomorrow night. Went on to Orlando. Second and 10. Johnson again going deep and incomplete. Nearly completed that one. Good play by Sam Mulch to knock it down. He's looking for Jaquan Lewis down inside the 5.
Yeah, Riverside Christian of Trenton was playing tonight, Marty. They are in Jacksonville. I knew there was another game tonight. They're playing at Impact Christian Academy in Jacksonville.
The new 11-man program, Riverside Christian. I believe Impact Christian just became 11-man as well in Jacksonville. Third down and 10 coming up after the incomplete pass from the Keystone 42.
Riverside, another one of those 0-1 teams, along with Live Oak Swanee and Fort White, St. Francis Catholic Academy.
There's a pitch to Benjamin, and he takes a hit at the 38-yard line, gain of about 4.
Tell you what, Benjamin's quick.
Yeah. That touchdown call back earlier, it's going to be fourth down.
Speaking of COVID-related things in 11-man football, you are starting to see more teams return back to the fold with the FHSA. that's where you really saw the impact with a lot of the smaller, especially private school and lower classification teams. They had to bow out for a season. They couldn't field a team. So good to see some 11-man teams making it back with enough guys.
4th down and 6. Eastside will go here from the Keystone 38. Again, lining up 2 receivers each side. One back as Johnson hit as he throws, passes in and out of the hands at the 25-yard line of Dix. Dix had it in his hands, would have had a first down, and went right through his hands out of bounds. So Eastside will turn it over on downs with 7:01 to go there in the 4th quarter.
Really a great play there on defense for number 7, breaking up that long pass. Lewis had a step on him, but his technique and good coaching bailed him out, and that prevented a touchdown. I think that would have been one.
So Keystone will take over a first down at their 39. And they're going to use a timeout. Interesting. Coming in off a dead ball and use a timeout. Again, 7:01 to go here, 4th quarter.
So I did see Coach Hoskins address with the referee the discrepancy in this play clock once again, the on-the-field clock. So now one shows 35, the other shows 25. So the play clock on this end is the official time, is what the referee motioned to him. So we're looking at the clock by the scoreboard.
North end, so yeah, down the scoreboard, right. Yeah, well, that's 25, and yep, 35. That's weird.
So the referees, I guess they have one functioning and maybe one showing an error. So they are still able to use the clock. The coaches just have to know which one to look at.
I know we mentioned that if Eastside wins, they're going to go to 2-0 for the first time since 2009. But care to guess the last time Eastside pitched a shutout?
I would say maybe against Bellevue. Jeff Parker era?
Kind of close. 4 years ago, 2018, Eastside shut out Brooksville Central on the road, 64-0.
Wow. I was there for that night.
That was the last year Eastside had a winning season and advanced to the playoffs.
That was a long bus ride.
Yeah, Brooksville, about an hour and a half. We were supposed to play. Went down to Brooksville one time, supposed to be broadcasting Bishop Kenny and Hernando. And, of course, the torrential rain came in and the game got canceled. The next year, Hernando came up to Jacksonville. The same thing happened. Both games the same week were canceled, one in Jacksonville, one in Brooksville. First down as this time Elsh, and now Elsh is down. Ben Elsh is.
He caught a cramp right there at the end. As soon as he stood up, he staggered and had to fall down.
This cramp thing, well, I think you asked him about it last week, Mike, to Mark Whittemore about the pickle juice thing. Was that what it was?
Yeah, that was due to how bad the field was.
The field, right. But, I mean, I've always wondered why early in the year.
So spongy.
I've always heard that in a rain game, the kids forget to hydrate. So they think I'm wet, I'm hydrated. Mm-hmm. They feel cool, but they still are perspirating, and they've got the fluids leaving their body. That's why you got to be on your training staff and your assistant coaches to remind their groups to hydrate.
Ben Elsh is being.
You think we can pack the house next Friday night? Buholtz Eastside?
I think they will.
I think the whole town will be here, and it's. I think Eastside's definitely got some things they need to clean up. We spoke off the break. In the kicking game, they've missed some extra points and field goals between this game and the PK game, and especially if Dressel is injured, they're going to have to work on that special teams. Eastside has got to play their best game.
They do
to be in that game.
Yes.
So if they can play their best game and maybe get a mistake or two from Buholtz and see what happens.
35-point game last year.
Right. And I think the matchup there, it's the defensive ends from Buholtz. They're gonna make it a long night for Holden Johnson, so they're gonna have to be creative, getting the ball out quick because they're gonna get home. So you're gonna have to see really good play from these running backs and these O-line catching balls quickly.
Elsh is still being tended to on the field, right at midfield. 6:11 to go, fourth quarter. Well, and one thing, if Buchholz, and again, Sarasota Riverview coming in off an 8A playoff appearance last year, but if Buchholz wins tomorrow night, which we kind of expect, when's the last time both teams are 2-0 going into that game?
That's a good point, yeah.
That'll make it fun. That'll make it interesting. And the crowd will be pretty big, I think.
With the Eastside Buchholz game falling on week 1 for all those years, I think it's good to see the Eastside program gain a little momentum going into that game and having some confidence and some belief. And also it's a good test, I think, Keystone. I mean, they're young, but they do run the ball with power. And so that gets you accustomed to the big O lineman maybe that Buchholz is going to lean on you a little bit or try to. So now you've had a physical game, and you've had a game that was maybe a little more wide open with PK. Two good. We won't call them a warm-up, not to disrespect the other teams, but two good different styles of play to see.
And a part answer to your question, Marty, in that 2009 season, Buchholz started the season 0-2 that year. One of those losses was to Eastside.
Watching this Keystone attack, thinking about Coach Hoskins coming into this game, you got to remember he's a Kent Johnson alum. So if you watch any of their old highlights, their ball fakes to the max. So I'm sure some of this brought back some good memories to him watching the Keystone film. They do a good job in the backfield of hiding the ball. But he's from the Kent Johnson tree, so that's nothing new to Coach Hoskins.
2nd and 7. Quarterback again is Baylor Ford. He rolls left down. He's in trouble. Going to stop. Rolls back to his right, and he falls down at the 45. Freshman quarterback in the game now. He'll lose 8 yards. So Eastside beat Buchholz. What was the last
in
year?
2009.
No. What was the last year Eastside beat Buchholz? Was it 2000? No, it was after 2009. 2012 maybe? Or
there was Jeff Parker had a win against Buchholz.
Yeah.
I know a few years ago it was a 1-point game, 21-20.
No, I know they haven't beaten
Buchholz.
GHS since 2008. That's the last Eastside win there. But 3rd down and long. Now you got to get to the 40 for a first down. 3rd and 14. Ford handing it off. Trey Jeffries off right tackle to the 48.
Expect
about 5.
Expect Keystone to lead the offense on the field here.
4th down and what do they got, about 9? Yep, about 9. 48.5-yard line. Clock running there. 4 minutes to go in the game.
50 is setting up like he's going for a punt, so they are set up in punt formation. Keystone having some substitution issues. They've got 2 guys running on late, so they're about to.
Yeah, well, you're right. We're going to punt it away. Goodman back on the field. Play clock, well, is at 0. Another delay of game. Second half has been filled with delay of game penalties.
And see, they're still, even though the referees have told the coaches to look at that clock, the kids and the players are still looking at the far south end clock that has the wrong on the field time. So just some confusion all around. I think some of it could have been prevented by the officials tonight.
Well, we have I guess the water break, 3:41 to go. I am not going to trust this iPhone weather app anymore. It told me 90% chance of rain at 9 o'clock, 80% at 8. Thank goodness it wasn't. But I am not going to pay attention to this anymore.
Well, and remember, just because it says it's a 90% chance of rain doesn't mean it's a 90% chance at Citizens Field. It might be raining
another part of Gainesville.
On the west side of Gainesville.
That's true.
Eastside's 2-0. I'm happy to be 2-1 as far as having to close the hood here in the press box while doing games.
Right.
So we're 2-1 versus the rain.
I hope we get this lucky tomorrow night. Don't forget, video tomorrow night as well, plus radio for Buchholz's game against Sarasota Riverview. 7:30 game, 7 o'clock pregame.
Snap to Goodman. Returner back again is Hubbard. And nope, he's going to let it go. Roll out of bounds as they punted away from it, Tony Hubbard again.
4 nice angled punts. I'd say he's done a good job tonight trying to pin Eastside in as best as possible.
Out of bounds at the 12-yard line. 3:34 to go, as you just heard from our public address announcer. Eastside, well, again, we'll go to 2-0. Keystone Heights will be 0-1. They'll travel to Fort White next week, well, the Indians.
Looking like a new quarterback coming in. Holden Johnson's got his helmet off.
Yeah, it's the night is over for him. He's done enough. 4 touchdowns tonight for Holden Johnson.
Like number 17, I believe that's our freshman coming in.
That is Galen Miller, freshman quarterback.
Had an opportunity to observe some of the early parts of spring workouts. He's an impressive young man. I think by the time he's a senior, people are going to be speaking his name around this town.
3 receivers, right side, 1 left from the 12. Miller will spin around and pitch it. There's a big gain to the 20, 25 to the 30, all the way up to the 37-yard line. That time a carry.
It's like number
26.
26.
And that is Corbin Bird. Corbin Bird, a sophomore, picks up 24 on first down. Clock at 3:18 and running here in the 4th quarter.
He had a touchdown on Saturday against PK Young as well.
One of the good things the FHA did recently was instill that 6-quarter rule so some of the young guys can get a little more work.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the better rules that they've probably come up with.
There's Bird again up to the 40.
Guys, they're still hitting down here.
Yeah,
That's big-time contact from both sides of the ball.
Gain of 5 for Bird.
No quit in Keystone.
No, and you kind of expect that. Coming off a 10-2 season, which one of the best in school history.
They
First
have
playoff win.
a good culture at Keystone. Had the opportunity to work several events, whether it be weightlifting, basketball. Just always a good time when you go to Keystone. They treat you right, and they're always great competitors. So I was happy to see them on Eastside's schedule. Little counter play.
Yep, and Bird will get up to about the 48. Halftime now. This game started at 8:40. Umatilla 13, Crescent City 12. Good game there. Halftime, they played that in about an hour or so.
Speaking of, somewhere in Gainesville, Ken Johnson's smiling after that play.
That's right. First down at the 48. Clock under 2 minutes left. Miller, the quarterback. 3 receivers to the left, 1 right. Back is Bird, who takes another handoff. Bird trying to break tackles, gets up to around the 48 to the 47.
Bird,
5.
Bird kind of a different body type, a little more lower to the ground. Kind of reminds me of a smaller version of Maurice Jones-Drew.
Are we doing a player of the game? I know it is. Are we doing a player of the game tonight?
I don't know if I agree with you on the player of the game. Let's see.
Sure.
Maybe I'll tie break.
Well, are you gonna go with number 2 or number 12?
I'm gonna go with number 2.
See, that's what I thought, and I don't disagree with that completely. Here's Bird, but I mean the quarterback threw 4 touchdowns. I can't.
He did.
But Tony Wilson has made some big plays. And the 91-yarder was to him. Yeah, that's a good call. We can go with that.
I think just on the sheer yardage, it's hard not to say, that's an exceptional night.
That's right. You said 4 for 1. How many?
4 catches, 170 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
You're right. Antonio Wilson is our Sonic Drive-In player of the game.
What do they say in boxing? A split decision.
Right.
That's right.
Holden and just to be a little different, I mean, Holden certainly deserves it as well.
How about the first 2 games? 7 touchdowns, no interceptions for Holden Johnson. Miller going to keep it. Oh, takes a hit. He goes out of bounds at the 31. 25.2 to go, and we'll have Mike head down to the field. Remember, you can check out his recap of tonight's game at MainStreetDailyNews.com. Will be up later tonight or tomorrow. Down at the 32 is Miller.
Young 17 showing some good leadership. Guys getting lined up in the right spots. Snaps looking good.
He's not going to take a timeout. 25.2 left. Game started at about 20 minutes after the scheduled time due to lightning in the area, about 7:20. Since then, it's moved along pretty quickly here as, again, Eastside going to use a timeout. Not really sure what this timeout's for unless they want to.
Looks like they may be bringing Holden Johnson back in to take the knee. He just put his helmet back on. Just maybe a ceremonial take the knee.
Right.
Okay.
Next Friday night, a week from tomorrow, Eastside and Buchholz here at Citizens Field. But first, Buchholz against Sarasota Riverview tomorrow night.
Philip's going to wrap up the post game with you.
Yeah.
As I might make my way down to the field. But enjoyed it, Marty. Appreciate it.
All right.
Philip,
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon. Again, you can check out Mike's recap at MainStreetDailyNews.com. Later tonight, tomorrow.
Now the best formation in football, the victory formation.
You're right. Holden is in there. And he will take the knee. And that is that. Impressive performance for the Eastside Rams. 2-0 for the first time in 13 years since 2009. And they shut out Keystone Heights here tonight on their home opener, 26-0. It was 20-0 at halftime. Eastside scoring on the last play of the third quarter, and that was it. That's all they needed tonight. Keystone Heights drops their opener. They're 0-1.
A hard-fought game. Keystone is young. You can see it. They played hard and played well coached. They popped a few big plays, gave Eastside some different things to look at tonight. But Eastside, the more experienced team, came away with a good, solid win with a lot of momentum going into their toughest game of the year, arguably, with Buchholz.
And for Keystone Heights, again, a lot of guys they had to replace from last year, and Eastside's defense keyed on Keystone all night as the two teams shake hands. Eastside scored on their opening drive, the first of 4 touchdown passes for Holden Johnson, 4 yards as he tossed one to Davion Pugh, made it extra point miss, 6-0, 9:41 to go in the first quarter. Then the 91-yard touchdown pass on the right sideline from Holden Johnson to Antonio Wilson pretty much opened it up for Eastside. They led 13-0, 6:55 to go in the second, and then the touchdown right before the half. Johnson's 29-yard zip bullet across the middle to Antonio Hubbard made it 20-0, and that was the score at the half. And then on the last play of the third quarter, Holden Johnson's 4th touchdown, 15 yards to Jamal Dix. Extra point missed, made it 26-0. No scoring in the fourth quarter tonight as the Rams win it by a final of 26-0. A reminder that tomorrow night, check out live video of Buchholz and Sarasota Riverview. It'll also be on the radio, 106.9 FM in Gainesville with Mike Rideout and Hank Rohn, the Newberry volleyball coach, former Gainesville High and Florida UF player. He'll be on tomorrow night, 7 o'clock pregame, 7:30 kick here from Citizens Field. And MainStreetDailyNews.com game of the week, audio only. Dixie County at Trenton, both teams 0-1 after week 1, as Cam Parker and Griffin Full will have the call on that game tomorrow night at 7 from Trenton. Again, weather permitting. And then next Thursday night, we'll be back here at Citizens Field for Gainesville and Trinity Catholic. We'll have a 7 o'clock kick for that next Thursday night. Reminder to Monday night. Oh, no, we won't have a show Monday night. I was going to say the Prep Zone football hour is coming up, but no, it's Labor Day. So we'll be back a week from Monday, which is September 12th for our next edition. You check out this one archived, as well as the Prep Zone Sports Show, where our guest last night was Joshua Wilson of FloridaHSFootball.com. Had a good discussion about the changes in the state as well. And the Prep Zone Sports Show will return next Wednesday, also on 106.9 FM in Gainesville. Eastside students coming down near the field. Holden Johnson celebrating along with Hubbard, Pugh, and some other guys there.
Winning feeling back at Eastside. It's a good sight to see, and all the fans are pumped.
Gator Hoskins 2-0 as a head coach. He wins his first 2 games. That is a lot like what Kent Johnson did here at Eastside. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here tonight from Citizens Field. Our final, again, Eastside 26 and Keystone Heights nothing. For Mike Rideout, for Philip Crutchfield, I'm Marty Paulman saying so long. You've been watching high school football here on theprepzone.com.